World, True Life.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. Alright, we've got Bob Hess, co-owner of Big 3 Racing, with us. We got the famous Cadillac Sean.
Gilbert,
all awkward over
famous.
there. Sean Gilbert. What's
Definitely
eating Sean Gilbert? We got Chuck Stefanski, also Big 3 Racing. We got James.
And James.
Literally, yeah.
And we got Richard P. Trunkett.
Richard P. Trunkett. Rick Trumpet.
Drip trumpet.
Drip Trunkett. This is our 6 week episode.
Yep.
So, I guess we start off talking about what everyone had to do, struggles and successes to get there. What did you do to prepare, Bob?
Nothing.
Bob's shit was still ready from the last week.
Literally nothing.
He changed his gear.
Turned the key.
That's true. I did some gear changes. I changed first gear in the trans and rear gear,
Okay.
Did you change oil?
and I did change my oil.
Did you clean all the
Yes,
stuff off from the
yeah.
previous drag week from the inside of the car?
Coated.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really about it.
Cadillac Sean.
Gathered a couple more tools that I had off the drag week.
Bob, the most unprepared, successful MFer. I think Cadillac Sean, you rebuilt your whole car to go slower, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a shit show. Self-induced.
Yeah. When did you start getting ready?
As soon as I signed up, basically.
Oh, okay.
Couple weeks, couple months,
Yeah.
couple years.
But I did like dumb shit to the car.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Stuff I didn't need to do, like
You know what dumb shit you did
polishing and
do? You
Polish it,
didn't put, for your
Detailing.
street tires, you didn't put like 26s on it and drive. That's what you should have done.
that's what it's-
Do you think that's why your wheel cracked? Because you polished it too thin?
Probably.
After all the talk me and him have had about doing big wheel racing and stuff, he
The car would be perfect for it.
didn't put any big wheels on it to drive around on the street. In Florida, like the mecca of donks.
Could have got a set for cheap out of it.
Get spokes.
It ain't rallies on
You
it.
could
but I
rent
ended
them.
Put
up-
some ostrich in the
Yeah.
interior.
You ran everywhere.
You can.
Yeah, you should have went to one of those rental places and rented some like 24s for it.
It's funny you say that because when we're trying to find wheels for you every corner. Oh, those rental wheels.
Terrible experience.
There was nobody nice either. And what city was that?
It's just Florida.
All of it.
No one. Tampa. We went to all these. We went to like. There's a
We gave
pool
up
bar.
helping you.
Yeah.
We're not going to help him anymore.
By the time you called us to say, "Never mind, I got it handled," we were already at the track. yeah, Sean, you kind of left us hanging for the last.
Oh, you got it?
Oh, you got it fixed.
We
Okay,
had so many people stopping and
we-
trying to give us wheels.
we went to.
We saw you, but we were like already like.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way I'm getting over there. Rick will stop.
I was like, that's fine.
Rick was behind us. I'm like,
Yeah.
Rick will stop. He's
I was
got
like,
a fucking trailer.
fire in the truck and the trailer. Like, dude, I can't have no room in the
We
trailer.
went
My car's broken.
to LKQ pull apart and told the guy exactly what we needed. 5.5 inch backspace and 16-inch wheel, and he's, what did he say?
Make and model, year, make and model,
Our legs
please.
are awful.
Dude, this isn't
It's
AutoZone.
a
It's
fucking
LKQ
Cadillac,
pull
but it's
apart.
got a. Do you have any G-body wheels? Do you have any G-bodies? Do you have any S10s back there? No.
Year,
Is there
make,
anywhere
and
around here
model.
that sells wheels and tires? Or a wheel and tire shop? I can't recommend you anywhere.
You would have been better with a mom and pop.
We did.
place.
We went.
Oh, you went there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was,
we went
we
there.
really tried to help you.
We tried so hard.
And you just kept driving towards the track and eventually you just said, fuck it, we're done.
That's why they ran out of places.
Yeah.
And there was a track.
So obviously we skipped ahead a little bit. Cadillac Sean broke a wheel on the side of the highway, which you'll probably see on 1320 and everywhere else.
Yeah, it went flat pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, it's-
And we saw
65 mile an hour, and it was just like,
You had a pothole or just?
no, the wheel cracked enough to where it split the silicone in the wheel, and it just went flat.
Too much power.
And yeah, I mean,
Click.
towing a 1,200-pound trailer, no trailer brakes, it was
I don't think that's
pretty
Your
heavy.
trailer's 1,200 pounds.
I don't know what ours is.
Yeah,
Not close to
ours
12.
was about 1,200 pounds. Yeah.
You're just like a plastic trailer.
It works well.
It does. It's perfect.
the lights don't.
The lights
The
don't.
lights definitely don't.
That's not a problem. It's-
Oh, and then the tail and then the taillights of the car that you can clearly see don't work very well either.
Somebody spray painted them
Black
black.
because they're spray painted black.
Yes.
Get new ones.
But it looks so good.
Get new ones.
It does look good.
Yeah, except for you
Get
can't see
new
it.
ones. It's gonna look really good when there's a fucking Kia up its ass.
Yeah.
Way she goes, fellas, you know.
Alright, even almost did rear end you.
Chuck,
Was it a Kia?
What did I have to do?
What did you have to do before drag
Ask your
week?
wife
I had to ask my wife for permission.
Get
No, I had to get it out of the barn. That sucked. And
Yeah.
then because it didn't run at the time, we pulled the gas tank out to make a duplicate, and then yeah, get it out of there in the freezing cold, and then change gear, get a trailer ready with taillights that you could see,
With the whips,
those
are
whips, which was a good idea, I think.
I still didn't see those.
They were cool.
Sweet.
I saw a picture of it. It was cool.
cool.
And
Like
then,
lightsabers on the back of the trailer.
just flopping around back there.
That's
a good
They're
idea.
sweet though. Figure out what I needed to bring. I asked Bob. He said a pocket screwdriver.
some sockets for your spark plugs, and I think that's it.
In my hands.
No, I got a bunch of stuff together and figured out how I was gonna organize everything and did that. I had to find a co-pilot, so I did that.
It's kind of last minute.
Yeah.
I think you had a good co-pilot.
Yeah, I mean, he changed a lot of spark plugs.
And brought snacks,
He brought 100 pounds of snacks,
That's, yeah.
easy. And
other pistachios.
I had to move the seat back
Well, yeah.
like
yeah.
8 inches
Yeah.
so I could fit in the car. What else would I have to do? I didn't change oil or anything. I figured I changed it last year. Should be good.
It's an LS. It's fine.
Figured I change it after this, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't do much to get it.
No, the turbo was kind of a little loose, so I tightened that up. Put all the bolts back in that. That's really about
It
it.
showed up.
You
Yeah.
didn't Locktight them?
What?
They fell out?
The turbos or the?
Yeah.
No.
Turbo bolts?
No, the heat from the turbos,
Oh.
they just melt down.
3 of mine
outside.
fell out. I
See?
did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I did lose one on the trip, but I couldn't see it until it was up in the air, so
No.
it didn't hurt anything. Now it would, because I know it's there.
For me to get ready for it, I had
Yeah.
to do my 3-pass freshen up from drag week. Previous to that, I made 2.5 passes before I destroyed everything, and then I had to have good old Bob fix my engine again.
It's not fixed yet.
It's
It
fixed.
was fixed, but.
It was
we
fixed.
broke
Oh.
Yeah, we rebroke it. I did that. I got my trailer that I had from drag week back out outside somewhere and filled it up with shit again. And did not make sure the lights worked, and did not get a license plate for it. So I had to take that from the trailer that we used to tow down there.
I did the same, it's okay.
Subsequently, when
Which I
I,
actually took off of another trailer.
right. Funny you say that, because when we left the car in the trailer when we broke and had to go get the trailer and had to drive 3.5 hours back with no plate on the trailer.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Oh, except for that part.
These,
Yeah.
are, these are just technicalities. And
Yeah, no big deal.
It's all the invention, the invention.
I did get a chance to put on the dyno this time.
Made some steam.
Yeah, it's alright. It's what it is. It is what it is. Like just, every 3 passes we gotta freshen it. So that's what we did. We're a little more prepared. We were not prepared enough with a speaker.
Yeah,
So
that was a waste of
We had a speaker and you couldn't even hear it with the noise in the car.
Yeah.
It was worthless.
Just drive, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Talk,
Yeah.
scream.
I did have to turn up the radio, with the 10 speaker system. I had to turn it up to 26 instead of your normal 15.
Mm.
Yeah, so.
Well, I mean, you had the windows down and stuff.
I
It's,
did,
You know,
actually, because it was getting too hot in there.
yeah, because the heat probably kicks ass in that thing still.
Did you have your T-tops off at all? Or?
No, I
It
didn't,
was
because we had so much stuff inside of it.
it was so cold in
It was
Florida.
also
Yeah.
fucking 30
very cold.
degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was
It was 30.
It was so cold in Florida.
So I
It was
had to keep turning
85
heat
in
on.
the car, so.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
it
right.
wasn't.
In
Their
his car.
cars, they were freezing. It was
Yeah.
actually kind of fun, because we'd stop at a checkpoint, and me and Ray would be like, watch him get out. And then we'd get him out, Bob had 15 coats on, and
I had
he's like,
one coat,
freezing,
20
like
layer.
shaking him, and dad are over there shaking, I'm like,
You get out and put your hoodie back on
Yeah,
because
because
you know,
I had
I've been in a
shorts
t-shirt
on.
all day.
I packed shorts
on.
and one pair of pants and all shorts because we were going to Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had to go to Walmart and buy sweatpants because it's
No.
cold.
Oh,
I went
I just wore my racing pants.
Oh, yeah.
I brought shorts too, just in case, but I did not wear any of them.
I mean, I just got to be optimistic.
I wore them one day. It was a big
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, I can deal being like hot, just can't deal with being cold.
One of those nights I went as far as like putting my race pants and my jacket over my heated coat, and I almost put my helmet on. It was so
That would have been awesome to see.
it was bad. I had my racing gloves on. It was cold.
I had my racing coat and gloves on at one point. Well, multiple points, but
They won. They went pretty smooth
Yeah.
for testing. I learned that no matter what you bring, you're gonna need the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to bring T-bolt clamps and injectors, and broke a T-bolt clamp and needed injectors. Bob didn't bring anything, it didn't.
I'm probably close. He brought himself.
And he needed a set of spark plugs, so that worked out for me. I actually didn't bring anything, so I didn't need anything. What'd you need?
A lot of stuff.
A wheel.
Stuff
Wheel.
yeah, a wheel,
Yeah, stuff you probably wouldn't have brought
spare
anyways.
tires.
Day one go smooth for you?
Yeah,
A
day one went
radiator.
very well.
Well,
Yeah, day two was a different story. That's when we lost turbo bolts. The mounting bolts fell out. I had like one hanging on by a thread.
And that's when you were driving in the rain too, right?
Yeah, well, that was actually before the rain. That was at Orlando. I crawled under the car just to kind of take a peek, and I'm like, oh look, there's only one bolt. And yeah, so we had to find bolts for that.
I had some.
Well, we weren't around, so
Oh, sorry. Next
we
time.
ran away.
The truck had
I did not
everything.
have any.
Truck had
I
everything.
brought at least 2 of every bolt that we have here, and for the most part. I only used 4% of the stuff I brought.
You were prepared for everybody else. That's good.
Yeah, I brought every Milwaukee tool I own, other than a circular saw, because I couldn't really think of what we were gonna do with it. I actually had it over there.
I couldn't think of a reason that you needed it.
I actually had it over there, and I'm like, and Ray didn't think we needed it. He's like, are we gonna be building something?
Yeah,
Like,
you never know. You need to make sure.
I've never done this before. I don't
No,
know.
no.
Get a circular saw.
You can build a bench really quick while you deal with your
Yeah,
problem.
Right.
We pretty much said, hey Chuck, we're gonna abandon the shop and we're gonna go on a race week. And that's what we did.
Yeah, so what did you guys do? Did you just shut the shop down? Or?
We got our
I
manager.
mean, I know. Yeah, you got.
We had 2 managers and we got employees and we
You
just
just
did
kept it rolling.
3 days. Okay. Yeah.
There's not even one, it was one. First day.
First day.
Before we even opened, technically.
Yeah.
First day.
First fire to
day.
put out is everything got broken into
And
and
they're like, hey guys, by the way, if someone can call me, someone stole a bunch of our shit. No one responds. I'm
How's
like,
the
okay,
trip?
that's cool.
yeah, we also had like 0 phone service in Florida.
It was-
Florida sucks.
Yeah. I really
We
thought
guys
Florida
on
was gonna be better.
Verizon, right?
Yeah,
that's why.
That's not
Touchy. That's a touchy subject. Okay, let's not go into that one.
It's not just me. I'll take some blame.
50%.
Yeah, that's some.
That is some.
Yeah. So
Day 2.
Day
Oh, wait a
two.
minute, hold on now. You guys had some salt cleanup to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let's talk about the trip.
you
Let's talk
didn't. You
about the
didn't
trip.
because
No.
you put your car in some bougie ass enclosed trailer and,
And
put it
I
out
paid-
there by yourself.
And I paid
Rich
dearly
Rick
for
over
that.
there, enclosed.
So,
Yeah.
I kind of, because I have an enclosed trailer as well. It
Yeah.
just has a couple cars in it right now, which I
Right.
could take out.
Sure.
But I figured it would be a good idea, since Bob's already gonna have to use it open no matter what. I'll go ahead and take one too, and then it'll be me also. And then that way, we're only taking 2 trucks, so we took a 2-car open,
Right.
and, yeah, we caught some snow, and
We got the trip.
You guys caught some everything. It was like,
You know,
Good event.
we left during. We're like, we're gonna get to this end of this snowstorm, and then we realized that Columbus doesn't plow their streets,
or Cincinnati.
or Cincinnati.
nah.
Yeah.
They just don't. So we're like, oh, okay, cool. We'll just stop and we'll eat breakfast and we'll try and wait it out. There's nowhere open. Like we went to Cracker Barrel's always open, closed. Bob Evans always open, closed.
They weren't even open
Closed
the gas
from the weather?
stations.
The gas
Flying
station.
J Denny's was
There was a
closed.
Denny's at Flying J. Closed.
Yeah.
The gas station's open, but the restaurant's closed.
Talking about the one in
because of
Columbus?
weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm like-
Fuck that Denny's.
Shut the city.
I'm like,
Never
how is there nowhere open?
Mhm.
It
We
wasn't
literally
that
couldn't
bad.
eat.
Like, it wasn't bad enough for them not to be open,
No, I know.
especially by then.
And we're in Ohio. Like
Yeah,
We shouldn't use
it's
this.
it's
Yeah.
down here.
it's been snowing in Ohio since I can remember at least.
And
Yeah.
the South, they shut it down. They shut it down like 2
So
weeks
we-
before it's over. But
Got some shitty gas station food and kept trucking on. That was a white knuckle ride on the way down. Until we got to about Tennessee and then it smoothed out. But oh my god, potholes everywhere.
Says the guy in a 4-wheel drive truck. I was taking a 2-wheel drive Dodge Dually through all that.
With a 2-car
With a
open.
2-car open trailer.
With 2 cars on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you guys leave? What,
About 9 on
9 o'clock, 8:45, 9
on
o'clock.
Friday morning.
Friday morning.
You guys got down
I
there
think that's
Saturday
why we
night.
missed.
No, Sunday.
Sunday
Or no, it
night.
was Saturday, yeah, Saturday
Yeah.
night, late
Saturday, yeah.
We kinda took our time.
Yeah.
Like when we stopped down there at Rafferty's in Florence, the cars were like, it was the worst they were. Nobody's seen those, really. But they were just covered in ice, and black ice. Like, because it was just this nasty, dirty. they kinda
Definitely
fall
spots
off,
that
you
had
know.
over an inch thick of ice.
Yeah.
It was bad. Got Rafferty's in Kentucky, right? Yeah, we got Rafferty's in Kentucky, and I kept moving, and we got a hotel in Georgia.
Yeah, right by Summit Racing.
Yeah, a complete coincidence too. We're like, hey, we're how far is Summit? We gotta get maybe get a couple things that we forgot, of course.
It was like 3 minutes down the road.
3 minutes down the road, and we bought about $500 worth of nothing from there, just shit we thought we might need. Thank God, and then had to find somewhere to wash the cars.
We found the first one, and keep in mind, I got the truck and the 2-car, you know, 40 whatever foot, and I'm like, I found this one on the aerial, and I'm like, you know, if I go up past this thing and past the dumpster, I think I can just back it in there, and I did.
Yeah,
all in one shot. It was beautiful. It was like probably my best work. Okay, we get out, I'm all excited.
Yeah,
I'm like, you guys see that? Like that was sweet. And go to put the card in, just says dialing for fucking 5 minutes. And we put it in again. And try maybe a different one. Maybe it's just janky or whatever. You can't take, it won't take cash, so it doesn't, or coins or anything.
It's just card only.
Card only.
And it doesn't work. Their internet's down. We go inside and the internet's down. So we had to, then there's another trucker that pulled in with his tow truck. He's like, actually, there's a really nice gentleman. He's like, oh, there's another one down this way
Follow me.
Follow me down. He told me where it was, and it was actually. He's like, oh, you'll find it on the map. It's actually labeled as a church. It's not a church. It's a car wash.
That's I guess it's right.
So we went there, and then
half
only
hour
one
away.
worked.
It was like a half hour away. So just a simple thing of washing the cars the
It
next
was a
morning.
2-hour project.
Yeah, we didn't get back on the road till noon.
Yeah. It was terrible.
It was like,
I mean, it needed done.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like it had to be done.
Yeah.
Oh,
we went to the second car wash, and then it stopped taking card, and then it stopped taking like.
Well, it lost pressure.
It lost pressure. I think
That's
all
right.
of them except one.
Only
Yeah.
one had pressure.
So then we had to do one at a time.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I know the picture that I
Set
saw
the
of your
tone.
guys' car on the open, like, it hurt my soul a little bit. I'm like, dude, there's,
Getting down there was a treat.
Yeah, they're just cars, though.
yeah,
Oh,
no, like,
Don't forget when we got down there too, the parking the trucks and trailers was a thing too.
Oh,
Yeah.
the hotel parking lot.
Yeah. And then I was probably directed by like 15 different people, and then when I got parked, and then someone comes out and starts yelling at me about they're leaving at 5 in the morning. I'm like, I'm not blocking you in. You could obviously get out. No,
Maybe they're not experienced.
no, it was a thing. But we got it. We got out there. We
how
made
far was the
testing.
track from the first hotel?
Oh, it's not, it's 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes down the road.
Like,
They
really
couldn't.
there.
They had streetcar takeover going on that
Oh,
day. You
that's
couldn't,
right.
you couldn't get into the track until the next
Supposedly,
day.
supposedly you could.
Yeah,
but they told
yeah.
us we couldn't.
Yeah, but people did, of course.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course they
hindsight being
did, but-
2020, but
We had to pay to get in.
is that what it was?
$25 a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
Totally-
oh yeah, you can come in.
totally
25
$25 a
bucks.
person. And it was like,
I feel like it would have been worth the $25 to just go park my shit at the track anyway.
It
I
was-
would have gladly paid
We
that.
would have,
Yeah.
yeah. But we
For what I
didn't
paid
know.
for everything that week,
Yeah.
it was not a good financial decision.
No, it's an expensive deal. Like I've seen some people tally up what they spent. It was like $3,500 for
Easy.
them to do
Yeah.
the trip
Easy,
for like
and it-
hotels and.
And the fuel,
Oh yeah.
like now diesel fuel's $4.20,
oh man,
$4.30
yeah, the
a
fuel,
gallon.
I was freaking out about that.
Oh my god, that was so expensive.
And you were having fuel delivered to you down there for the car.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we had
Oh,
a BP delivered. That was actually.
That was awesome.
I don't know how much it was in compare. Like
It,
I thought it was fair.
way
I feel like
more
that's
than
definitely
Drag
worth
Week.
doing.
Was it?
But it
You're not
wasn't-
carrying
wasn't
like 6
BP, like-
drums of fuel with you.
Drag Week was like $18 a gallon. I think this was like 24,
It was $119,
$23.
right?
That was 23 or something.
You could do the math. It was $119 a pail. I'll tell you that right now. Divided by 5,
85 or $60 a pail.
it was.
That's what I used.
I know exactly how much it was. Just give me do math.
Yeah, it was $24 a gallon. Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay, I guess it was a little more expensive than we're used to paying.
Yeah.
But for the convenience, and you didn't have to take all that shit with you.
Oh, we did.
So,
I strapped.
I thought it was convenient.
no.
Yeah, it was.
I
Bob had no
never-
way of bringing. He brought a little like 2.5 gallon gas can.
No, I bought it at Summit.
Yeah, I know. He brought it. He brought it. He showed up with a little 2.5 gallon gas can. Motherfucker.
But
I
yeah,
was
we
completely unprepared.
definitely have fuel delivered to the drag. That's definitely the way to go.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Like I still carried fuel with me just in case. I had 10 gallons of 93, and then like
You gotta
40
plan it
gallons of
out though.
water.
You gotta plan out not to show up to the track with a full tank to try and drain either.
Yeah, and like with Drag Week, from like, you know, you're driving down these backcountry roads and the
Yeah.
gas stations, and some of them were just terrible. 87 only.
Mm-hmm.
were construction zones like that one. and the owner of it had his like Mercedes parked in the
Yeah.
gas pump.
Yep.
And that's the way we needed to go, and he wouldn't move it.
No, I remember that actually. He had to unhook the trailer because.
I was like, oh, hey, is that your car? He's like, yeah. Well, can you move it? He's like, no.
That's fine.
That's some real Florida
fine.
shit
Like
right there.
everything all just filled up there.
There literally was spots, right, like,
Right. He
all
just.
you do is pull
You
forward.
just move your
To the
junk
right
out.
and
Did he
back
move
up.
that? No.
Yeah, like
Alright.
So it made it
I have
way
to
more
go through to
difficult.
back my car up. Okay.
it just, I don't know.
I don't think you have to get out of your car when you back your car up, do you?
No.
So is it? It's not that
Jimmy
difficult
does.
for you.
Yeah.
My steering wheel is this big, okay, and I have to hold the reverse button
That's such a
down.
pain in the ass to back my car.
Now, why do you have like a little Mexican chain steering wheel in here? What's the deal with the?
I had my old one was like this. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
I
the
feel like
aftermarket.
that's way better. Like I'd be rather grab the
It
bus
was
than-
actually pretty nice having the big old factory steering wheel in it, but I don't know. It fit my buttons, and I ordered it,
There
and
was an
Speaking
old
of your
442 there that had the factory original steering wheel, and he had a button clamp to the steering wheel.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
I have a racing console. It's not exactly easy to, and plus I don't really get my original wheel. Plus I wouldn't be able to get in and out of my car with that big ass steering wheel. I can really get in and out of the car now.
Till
Yeah, you could have just you could have still put a quick disconnect on it. Just
Maybe.
Yes.
It's fine.
It was like
Absolutely,
this.
because
The
of-
original steering wheel was big.
That'd have been awesome. You'd hang it from your rear view when you
I
get
mean, I
out.
went nines with it. I went nines with that, and no, I didn't go nines with the bench seat. I went 10/3 with the bench seat, but
Back in 2000.
80.
All right, so day one,
Day one.
you guys all made test passes.
Day one
I
test.
did not.
Chuck did
'Cause
not.
it was like 10 p.m. when I got done.
Yeah. So
That was
Chuck
terrible.
actually was not signed up.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you had to wait for the you were
so
on call.
It was
Yeah.
kind of like Dragwood, where it's
They
sold out
literally
immediately.
called me
While
two
you were sitting in
cars
the lanes.
after I was already done with tech, and I was 2 cars away from being in the tent. They're like, oh, you know, blah, 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 this is whatever, do you want to race? And I'm like, absolutely. Okay, what you're going to need to do is come up to registration and get, I'm like, I already have it all printed out, signed, ready to go. So, okay, well, you're going to need you to get your car into tech. I'm like, I already did both techs.
Turn around.
Like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm actually looking at you right now. Like,
I can see you talking to me.
Are you wearing a purple shirt?
like, okay, great, you're on top of things. I'm like,
Yeah.
sure in.
Yeah, I see. I signed up like as a interest before they actually put it out, so I got in
Right.
before anyone else did, and then I convinced Bob to do it, and he got on the wait list, and then he got pulled up, and I convinced Chuck, and he was on the wait list just really late. But
I was also really late, but not
Yeah.
as late. No, we were near as
See,
late as
what
Chuck.
I did was I cornered Tom Bailey at PRI. 'Cause like,
Yeah.
listen, I've sent you emails, called you, and messaged you on Facebook, and I'm really annoying and really persistent. So I just need to know this answer. Are you guys doing this like Drag Week, where if you show up, they've never turned anyone down? Because if so, we want to bring some cars. But it's also Florida from Ohio, so
Right.
you know, he's like, he's like,
So
we're doing
it's
it exactly like Drag Week. The same people that did Drag Week are doing the organization of it. I can't tell you if 50 or 100 cars show up that run on the thing that we can't turn them down, but I don't. That's what our intention is to do, just like Drag Week. So I said, Bob, you're going. Chuck, you're going. And Chuck was the only one that did not have a spot when we rolled down there, which meant
we
he got.
sweating bullets.
So the way I looked at it, and I told Ray, I said, either we're gonna be racing tomorrow, or tomorrow we're gonna be sitting on a drinking mimosas in the morning and margaritas at night.
Yes.
So I said, it doesn't matter, either way. And then we're gonna make one night after they make a pass, like one day after they make a pass somewhere, we're gonna see if they have a testing tune and just make a couple passes. But that's all I want.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go follow them around and hit up a beach and have a nice dinner and just kinda laugh at them being miserable.
But instead you got to be.
I got in.
You said you got to be
not miserable
I
still.
did not have a miserable.
Why didn't you guys do that when you were out?
Yeah.
Because we were trying to find wheels for something.
The whole time. Oh,
Yeah, Sean never 2 days driving around trying to find wheels. He never let us know until he got it taken care of. So day one success.
Yeah.
Bob made a 7-second pass day one.
Yeah, there was like a 784,
Yep.
I think.
Chuck made a 8-second pass day one.
860, letting out at 7 seconds.
I made an 8-10.
So you didn't even get to run your car
No, I made
until
it.
you replaced the injectors when you got that.
Yeah, no, that's right. I had to
Car wouldn't
find.
start.
I had to find. It had
What
misfire,
was the deal? Yeah.
and it stuck injector.
Unload the car from the trailer and it wouldn't. It just wouldn't run. I'm like, oh, that's
It's good.
yeah, at least we drove 18
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and start the diagnosis process. I had a bad injector, so I went.
Sean, what'd you do first day?
I went like 9:15. It was awful.
Somebody forgot to set their suspension
Oh yeah.
and full loose.
Yeah, I tried to money hop the car off the starting line.
It was I watched the
bad.
video
It was so
afterwards.
bad.
The car barely ran.
Yeah, it was. It was,
The wheels were polished.
Wheels were
The wheels were polished.
Wheels look good.
It's
The car, I had to go do a quick little like fucking.
the
little
carpet
tune.
was vacuumed.
Yeah, and I had to go do a quick little tune. I told him, I'm like, you need to get it on the dyno before you go. You need to get on the dyno before you go. You need to get on the dyno before you go. All right, we're leaving. Sean's car never made it to the dyno. Hey, my car like is a like floppy piece of shit. Like it won't run or idle or
And it
do
won't bump.
anything. It won't bump. It won't.
I kinda.
Yeah, give me your laptop. Let me do a quick little parking lot tune on this thing.
But that wouldn't have been fun, or it wouldn't have been fun if you would have came on the time.
Yeah, if you'd have came up here and had all
Made
your
it
shit
interesting.
ready,
Yeah,
it would have been nearly as
it
fun
would've
as
been
we're
done
doing a
story.
gas station tune.
I had fun.
So, no, we got it good. Definitely got it good. I got it running a little bit better, but then your suspension works. So, what was your week average? Shitty.
It was shitty because that last pass,
Definitely
I
shitty.
borrowed a set of wheels on the last day, and they rubbed the calipers when I hit the brakes.
Nice.
And I figured I blew the trans up, so I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna make another pass, and I just lifted and coasted through the eyes. So,
I could tell you this, your average is still better than me.
Yeah.
We didn't get the
I'm
day.
just saying,
We didn't
Oh,
get.
the obvious.
I don't want to harp on him too much.
We didn't get to day 3.
Yeah.
Okay, we
I wouldn't
didn't
even
get to day 3.
Spoiler alert. Jesus.
Yeah, so day 1 was successful for everybody. Everybody made passes. It
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Day 2, it rained
So they
its
canceled
balls
it.
off.
Yeah.
So they canceled it, but yet we still had to drive. And
it go?
But it wasn't raining when we got
We
there.
had right.
It was a week.
I think it rained.
Was it?
It was right.
It was
Yeah.
Or it
sprinkling.
was sprinkling.
Barely, yeah. So you still had to go to the track, take a picture there, and then get your route and go.
So for the
Which-
record,
So you had to drive from the first track to
Orlando.
the second track,
Yeah.
and then just take a picture and then drive to the third track.
Right.
Correct. And
There was a
Orlando.
second checkpoint in between that.
Yeah.
yeah, we were in
Yeah.
Orlando that morning. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
we drove day 1. So day 1 you do the pass in the morning, you drive to the next town, get your hotel,
Right.
and then you go to the track the next morning.
And Orlando Speed World or whatever has the worst speed bumps.
They're this
Oh
tall.
my
ever.
lord.
They're as tall as Jimmy.
Yeah,
You're
literally.
sitting around
nuts.
over
Oh my god.
for the record, Sick Week canceled the racing for day 2.
Yeah.
So everybody knows.
Yes.
Yes.
Did it even end up raining a bunch, or?
Oh yeah, of course.
Supposedly it like barely rained though
It rained.
I don't know about
at the track.
Yeah.
It rained more when we were on like a single lane road crossing Florida
Mm.
with like 4 miles of cars behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I had to go
Yeah, 'cause
60
none of us-
while we're going 45.
None of us brought street tires, by the way, so we did this on pros.
So everybody's on the AT project.
And pros and schools, baby.
And, when
Pros
it's,
and
and,
schools.
and if you don't know if you know this, but when it's cold out and it's raining, your windows fog,
Yeah.
and none of us had the frost.
Except for when you have heat.
Yeah.
That you technically don't have heat.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
it was hot.
shades, so I left my window.
I would have traded.
Yes,
Mine
we,
didn't
I would have accepted.
we did not have heat. In fact, we had like
You have a
water
fan.
injection.
I set everything up
Fan.
for my windows being like foggy. I had my portable fan here, ready, fresh, big battery, high demand
I had-
battery, ready to go.
I had a
I
towel.
only turned it on when we got hot.
That was
And my dad. My dad was just wiping my window every so often so I could see.
Oddly enough, our window didn't fog up.
Mine was fogging constantly.
Mine was.
But I had water leaking on my feet. I'm like, why are the bottom of my pants wet? So
I don't get wet.
Hey,
Because your feet don't reach the firewall.
No, you know what was terrible was that my book bag got wet, which soaked all of my clothes. Instead of just the clothes I had on, which are dry, all of my other clothes were wet.
He's like,
It was funny.
It's so
Because it was like the next morning, and I was standing right next to him, and he pulls them out. He's like, "Is it wet to
I saw the bag of clothes are wet. And the whole time he's like, can we get the Walmart so I can buy some clothes or something? Maybe we'll use the laundry. And we never got to it.
Day 5, my clothes are on the trailer, sun dry. I'm gonna tell you how many times I rotated.
No,
my
actually,
It's around
I can't rotate it
I'm
anymore.
like, well, why would you need Florida? Like, Florida, you shouldn't need heat in the car. But apparently we did. Like, so day 2, it was a day of driving.
Yeah.
And, you
Shitty
know.
lunch.
It was okay in the morning, and then after,
Oh god, the
afternoon,
shitty lunch. Who asked the crackhead where to get lunch at? Was that you? But I feel like that was the top
No,
thing.
he told us.
Hindsight, I would have thought that would have been a good pick.
Hold on, no.
Like,
It was at an ice
rugby
cream
or
place.
something?
Yes.
Yeah. But dude, it's Florida. Like you can't really trust anyone.
We were at the checkpoint, the ice cream shop, and me and Jimmy were inside, and Jimmy asked good places to get food. Okay,
Yes.
and she recommended a couple places, And that one, she made it sound really good. And then we were outside talking. It sounded good. They had great prime rib and steak. Didn't have any of that.
No, none. But
We got hot
no.
dogs.
Then we were outside,
Hot dogs,
and
hot dogs, and Jimmy
we're
John's.
gonna figure out somewhere to get there or get something to eat. Or I'm like, oh yeah, there's this place. And this lady inside mentioned this place, and they're like, oh yeah, that place is fantastic. That guy looked like a crackhead.
So yeah, so crackhead and lady at the ice cream store. We go to this place, and it's packed. We're like, it must be good because it's full. Like they have so many people there, all good, right? No, it was
Yeah.
like I'm like,
It was
it's
like the
it
only
was called like
option.
something steak and seafood. We're like, we're gonna get a good meal. We'll hang out for a couple hours, let the rain pass. Rush us right in there, and they have like sirloin tips and gravy and like hush puppies and no seafood.
Like you could have got better steak and seafood.
No steak. There was chopped steak on the menu. It was the only steak they had on the menu. I'm like, I wanted like a prime rib or a fillet or something. No, okay, we're gonna. I mean, granted, our bill was only like $8 a person, but we're like,
It's not an
okay,
exaggeration, and it was out like fast.
yeah, here you go. It was
Mexican
already, it was made
restaurant
last
fast.
week. It was
Yeah.
made last week.
It was
is what
just sitting under a heat lamp.
Yeah, here we pulled this out the garbage for you out of towners, So we ate our food, and now we're like, okay, well that burned up 45 minutes. It's still pouring rain. I guess we'll venture out and just try to go. Well, 40 miles of that trip was 60 mile an hour, 2-lane, road. And we just, okay, well, I don't know about you, but if you've ever driven pros in pouring
awful.
rain
Yeah.
With a
spool,
Uh-huh.
it's probably one of the more dangerous things I've done.
Fucking terrifying.
It's probably up there with it's like skydiving
Skydiving's fun.
with a really old parachute.
Yeah.
It's up there like probably skydiving with a parachute that's on my car with all the holes.
I was speaking
Yeah.
of old shitty
Yeah.
parachutes.
Yeah. So we drove and it was 40 to 46 miles an hour is all we could really go, and we just had a line.
You just fucked up.
Well, we
traffic
had
the
For
whole
24
format.
miles around that road.
we had a huge line before the ice cream place too. I know that because when we got there was no other sick week people at this checkpoint until after we got there.
Yeah.
Then they all
But that-
poured in
that
because
one-
they were all stuck in line with us.
That one route was 40 or 24 miles, and just straight, and like there wasn't much,
Ain't
and
nobody passing.
no one passed us, no
I'm
one
super
beat.
surprised nobody passed.
But we looked, there you have that
We got
picture.
passed.
There's a picture, and it's just a
Like around a
line.
turn, and you can't see.
You cannot see
It's
the end
the
of
end
it.
Yeah, there's
You see
cars as
headlights.
far as the eye can see, and then we're just rolling with it. Like, man, we die. Like I don't.
Yeah, well,
Luckily, I had taillights.
You did have taillights.
Rick did.
No, I have to admit, the Cadillac did very well in the rain. And
I
the
just-
ET Street R's.
I did
I
you?
mean, it should. It is.
I-
but-
Like I
So-
had to
no.
force it to break the tires loose.
So I had that
Just
with the,
float.
on my Viper. That's how that is. Like, unless the road doesn't drain well, like 50's no problem.
Yeah, I mean we were doing.
That's
55,
not the
60.
issue. Though the issue is then you hit a puddle.
It's when stuff doesn't
and
drain.
it just sends you
Right.
into a spin and you're
Yes.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where it's. And then all of a sudden,
like
You're
in a
like,
Viper,
you're
all of a
going
sudden you just
good.
kind of feel the back end's light. You're like,
you're like, huh? Like,
just slowly slow down,
yeah.
which has not happened yet.
No,
We had like 5 pounds worth of trailer too. So
I was
this is-
super nervous about making that drive on the tires, which we survived. You
It's
know.
fine. I'll do it
I
again.
would definitely change it. Though.
Yeah, I'm gonna next time changing tires because
I'm just gonna bring spares.
I feel like the
First I
anxiety
did-
would have like.
I think it would just made everything a little smoother.
Yeah.
we
And I
could
have like
cruise.
47 sets of wheels for it. So
Yeah, it could cruise at 55, 60 miles an hour and not be like scared.
Yeah.
Like I was scared.
I was just waiting for it to get loose.
Yeah, I wasn't scared, but I was
I mean,
just
it's not your
prepared.
I was waiting for a pileup. So we get there,
I've been in some.
and then
situations
so
with
we're
drag
trying to
race
beat
before.
rain for most of this, and we're like, oh okay. We get a text from our little group. Hey, do you want to go to the Daytona International Speedway and take pictures of the cars? And I say, well, I think we should try to keep going to beat the rain because it's fucking dangerous driving in the rain with these tires, everything we just explained. And then, car B gets the I agree, meaning I agree with Rick.
Mhm.
And then we're following car A, and we get off, and we just so happen to end up at the Daytona International Speedway. So,
In all fairness,
In all
we were
fairness,
already
I-
ahead of the rain. So.
yeah, in all fairness, I did say, like, I'll do whatever, but I think that,
Yeah.
so I was voted.
We got some cool
we're voted out 1 to 2,
But was it worth it?
It was
We got some
cool.
cool
It was
pictures.
cool seeing the parking lot, and,
And there's a lot of RVs for
Some
sale.
signs and stuff.
There's a lot of nice RVs there.
Alright.
I was upset we didn't drive.
It's not every day you get when you live in Ohio and have a race car that you drive to Daytona International Speedway.
100%.
So that's kind
No, I'm not.
of.
I'm not mad that we did it. I just thought that was
It
funny.
wasn't far off the route.
Right.
But then I thought it was on the route. I'm like, well, it's on the route. It must be on the route.
It was,
It was
like
not on the route.
2
It
miles
wasn't on the route at all.
off the route.
Like you had to get off and drive past the gas station, and then you were there. But it was like,
It was
but to rake it's a big deal.
Big hassle.
try not to
Huge
die.
hassle.
Try not to die here.
I
But it's
mean,
okay. It was actually cool. We got to see it. Got to take some pictures of
Was
it.
that like the last? That was the last night of your car being successful down there.
Yeah, that was day 2.
Yeah. Day 3
And then
when
I got-
she,
We got to drive next to the ocean and stuff.
Yeah, picked up lots of sand on
Oh,
everything.
man.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Did not
Lots of
expect
sand.
that.
Bob's car picked up sand, dumped it all over the track.
I was not the only one.
No,
Everybody-
not by
and-
any-
but-
no, but
all-
some of the guys drove
On the
down
beach.
Daytona Beach.
Yeah, which I wanted.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
I wanted to do
But-
that, but
in a race car that you're about to take to the track, that's a dick move.
I would have done it if, well, not now, the hindsight I wouldn't.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
right.
I would have done it if it wasn't like, man, it's raining, it's cold, it's miserable. But if it was like a nice sunny
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
that like,
been
fuck
okay.
yeah, let's
That'd
do
have
it.
been, that'd have been
But
some
still
bad.
would
I
have
was
been a bad
afraid to
idea.
get and then I would
Yeah,
have
but still been that was a poor decision.
yeah, then I would have been like, oh, I'm an asshole. But
Mhm.
I dumped a bunch of sand on the track, and I don't feel like quite as much of an asshole because I didn't go on the beach.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
driving
like,
in
all the
sand.
roads that are close to the ocean, like I noticed this too. Like every time I've gone to Myrtle for Mustang Week, or something, like you get home and there's sand and plate, and like I didn't even drive like on the road next to the beach. Like it was.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
what we were
rode off, and
driving.
it was
We were
still
driving on the road right next to the
Yeah.
ocean for like I think it was 15 or 20 miles. Like,
Yeah.
And it was raining, and I guess it just everything kicked up sand. I think they weren't. I didn't actually have any sand fall out of my car. Just
Yeah,
just
so-
valves.
Just valves.
No, just water. Didn't
Yeah,
water come out of something? Came out of your car at one
10.
point.
water
Ten.
Water.
really did come out of your car one time.
It looked like gas, but
Overfilled with water.
It was probably water from the drum.
Hey,
Tin's just
in
in-
Yeah,
somewhere.
it poured out.
Do we? I had like
Yeah.
Video, I'm like, oh.
on the pod.
Yeah, what time is
it
it?
came out of your book bag.
Yeah.
Bob's been pretty nice to him about it. 'Cause, like I feel like he's just been relentless. So I feel like Bob would. I feel like Bob would be a little like
You can
easier
talk
on him
about
just
it.
because like. No, I'm just saying. I feel like Bob would be a little easier on it because like he kind of built the deal, like
No,
put the
it's
motor
not.
together.
He
and,
didn't
like-
design it though.
No, I know he didn't design it, and like he didn't tune it either. So like he probably really doesn't care. But
He doesn't care.
He's just Team Mopar, that's the only reason why.
yeah,
Woo.
woo.
Team
Bob said he was gonna get up and just leave in the middle of this, and he fucking did. He's a dick.
I think you had to take a tangle.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's
Well, you got
another
that old
thing.
man bladder. He's,
Oh no, there's a lot of potty breaks with Bob.
Mm.
Lots of potty breaks with Bob. Every 13 to 14 miles or so.
Hold it.
I gotta pee. Let's get off here.
We just kept going.
There he is.
What I missed?
So Bob, you took. Who'd you take with you? You took your dad with you.
To my dad, yeah.
Who'd you take?
Ray,
Ray.
some random guy at the house.
Just Ray Charles. You just-
Masters,
oh,
William Masters' dad.
yeah. Who'd you take, Sean?
My buddy Joe Parabeck.
And you
I
obviously
know I'm
took
butchering his last
I
name.
took Jimmy.
Jimmy.
We're good at failing together.
We have so
guys
much
look good doing it.
fun.
You're so used to being let down that you're just like, fuck man, it's fine. We didn't die. Everything's
So
fine.
we get there day 2, get to the rain, get to the hotel. Did we have a meal that day?
Yeah, we did.
We still got in late.
Wait, what time did you guys get to the
That's right. That's
ice cream place?
Gainesville was downtown,
Yeah.
that's where we were going.
Yeah.
So
Old
that's,
Town.
we went to
Old
Ford
Town,
place.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was just,
That was the last checkpoint.
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's where we got dinner, and then
We
we.
didn't all come with us.
The pizza?
Right.
You guys got pizza.
Oh, that's right.
No, we went to Ford's. That was the night.
Of Orlando, that's when we
Yeah.
got into Orlando.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
on the
that's
end of
right.
day one.
Super
Yeah.
happy about washing my hands and fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. There's a place called Ford's.
Yeah.
Ford's.
Yeah.
Ford's.
Getting up after taking videos and there's just
So
Yeah.
we get through day 2. We're getting through day 2 with just driving. Day 3, we're in Gainesville. So we roll up at Gainesville first thing in the morning, and if anyone doesn't know this, I broke and fucked up my car.
still at high hopes at that
Yep.
point.
Yeah, we're feeling good about it. Like I made a clean pass. Like I'm like I got more in the tank. I think I'll be able to get the 7-second average. I'm like pretty excited. Car's driving good. Mine is like not overheating, doing everything it's probably supposed to do. I had a little bit of a transmission issue. I think maybe it was running a little bit warm. So we stopped at KSR. Thank you guys for letting us open up your shop to us, and I attempted some repairs and didn't really do shit, but whatever. we get there, get to the track. I look at Jimmy. I'm like, it aerially looks a lot like Indy. And
I legitimately thought the exact same thing when we pulled in.
And it was foggy. It was
Very
like it was
foggy. Like a horror
Off
movie.
the track, we couldn't see it.
Yeah, it was so foggy we couldn't see it. I pull in and at Drag Week in 21, which is just like 6 short months ago, I fucking melted my motor down on day 3. Also, at Indy, it was on Wednesday. And we pulled in, and it was like deja vu. Like the way Gainesville set up is a setup just like
As far as the pits are
Lucas Oil.
just for the pits, like where you enter and the way there's roads, and then it's on the back side of the
Parked in
grandstand.
the same.
We kind of parked in the same area, like in comparison. Like it looked a lot like Indy, and I'm like, this really looks a lot like Indy. And he was like, oh, we're okay, we're still good spirits. So I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're still good spirits. So. I go up for pass 1, this is my experience, and I go and I let up the trans brake button, and the car just feels really slow.
Yeah.
And so when like a 90 at 150, I'm like, well, that's shitty, what the fuck? So I get back, I know CO2 pressure, right? I had a leak in my boost control. So I fixed the leak in the boost control. We're like, okay, mind you, I said to myself, I'm not going to run over 25 pounds. 25 pounds is going to be it. That's how much boost I'm going to run. Well, I fixed the CO2 leak, so my tune-up that was for 25 pounds is now 30. So I go up there on the trans brake, it leaves, it pulled like a freight train, it wheelied a little bit, I lifted, wheelied a little bit again, I lifted, wheelied a little bit again, I lifted, hit the rev limiter, I hit high gear, and I went like a 787 at like 178, 786. That's right, new personal best.
Well,
Oddly enough, the first time I went 7s was blowing both head gaskets, but
If only that was the problem.
that was only the problem.
That was great.
Went a 787, and when I hit the brakes, I lose a little bit of fuel pressure, so I pump the throttle a little bit to keep it up and running. And Bob hears me come around, and I come around, I'm like, that's odd, I have a misfire. That's odd, it's worse. So I shut the car off, gather up my thing, like, man, maybe I burned a plug wire or something, and go to start it up, and it don't run, it like smokes, and it's all bad. And I had that same feeling.
It started and ran, and then we tried to diagnose the issue with a broken compression tester.
Yeah, well, we thought it was a broken compression tester. I'm like,
Because it ran 0.
I'm like, it's not zero compression, it's fucking compression tester.
He's like, go get another one. I'm
This
like,
compression tester's definitely broken. So I check another hole. No. All right, let's pull plugs. Oh, that one's burnt. That one's burnt. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're still in good spirits here. Pull the valve cover off. And I'm like, oh, all my valves are tool up. They're all no valve lash
anymore.
No lash on like 5 out of the 8 cylinders. So I did. I said, I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do.
Not gonna tear it out.
I'm not going to freak out, man. I'm not going to. It's actually funny how that, because, a couple of months ago, or not, about a month ago or so, a customer of ours, friend Jake Warren, passed away, got COVID and died, and he was like a badass when it comes to, like, he never lost positivity. He would come to the dyno, he'd put all kinds of money into his car or whatever, try new things, and it would, at one time his motor locked up on the dyno, had like an oil pump problem or something. Didn't even phase him. One time at the track, he hit the wall, laughed about it, didn't even phase him. He was having a good time no matter what, and I was like, getting ready to like, have like a meltdown. And I actually said, what would Jake do? What would Jake do? And honestly, like, I'm like, hell, I'm fucking lucky to even be here. I heard it again. There's not a rod hanging out of it. Could be worse. And I literally said, what would Jake do? And I was like, well, I'm gonna learn some shit. Like, I'm gonna fix it, and I'm gonna go get the trailer, and I'm gonna just. I didn't lose my cool. I was actually really proud of myself, but that's why that came to my head. It's like I watched that dude wreck his car, hit things, and never lost motivation, never was negative about it, never, because we're doing this shit for fun, right? So, sucked it up, swallowed my pride, have the day 3 blues again, Luckily, we call him Uncle Tim, it's a customer turned really good friend, was following along in a rental car, so saved my ass, and got my truck and trailer, but went fast, and that put me at a 799 average. So I turned to slip in. I was hitting my goal, a 798 average as of day 3, but there was no making day 4. So.
But it was, yeah. I mean, I did leave that track with extra sensors.
You did. We started the part out early.
You got to take those 2 sensors with you in your trailer. Just cause I had one fail on the way there, so I'm like, hey, if you got any extras, I'll take those. No, just the ones in the car, and I'm like,
I'm gonna take those then.
who's got a wrench?
I'll just go ahead and start the part out already.
I take his,
You
I
got your
take his,
CO2 bottle back that he borrowed.
yeah, he forgot to mention that, I'm the one that brought the CO2
You did bring an
bottle.
extra CO2 bottle. I did try taking my CO2 bottle to get filled with nitrous, but I didn't have the fitting.
They
Almost blew it up, I
they
think.
attempted to fill it.
Yeah,
They put 1,500 pounds of pressure to it.
on the backside of the regulator. Like, we'll just try filling it through the regulator. That doesn't work. Just note to self, that doesn't, yeah. That,
I also had to tow you back from the.
you did tow me back with the, with the trans am.
The trans,
Awesome.
after my pass.
Yeah.
So the trans went from like 145 after the
To
pass
like 290.
because I feel like I'm towing the heaviest thing I've ever towed ever.
Well, I mean, it's not a light
With
car.
the
But it was like I was like in it. Like I shifted to the second and it like bogged. I'm like, no, not the first. Like it was,
I'll tell you, I was riding the brakes.
yeah. Just,
Get the chute open.
yeah, she was hanging back there.
Well, from what I gather, your chute's almost dust.
It's,
so.
yeah, it's fucked. And then we don't, like, and Bob always helps me pack the chute, or I should say help me does it. And help.
I help him by doing it.
Yeah, and I try to walk. I'm like the kid holding the flashlight, Dad's yelling at me.
Yeah.
Bob being Dad, me being the kid putting the flashlight in the wrong spot.
How do you like
Right
doing that?
What? Packing
Packing his
shoes?
parachute.
So,
I hate packing those types
so
of
he
shoes.
gave up. He
I
just
know you
wouldn't
helped
do
with
it.
mine.
Bob's like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
Just
so,
throw it in the fucking trunk and.
so me and Jimmy like, well, we'll get this. So we're at Gainesville, which is super long, so the first time I went down, went at 9-0, I pulled the chute because I wanted to see if it worked, because we packed it ourselves. So it worked. I was like, cool. And then we packed it again, and it worked again. So,
Now you know.
So now you know how to pack a parachute. So Bob.
I mean,
It's
it's
not
not,
getting packed again until we.
it needs
Midwest
replaced.
grades.
Yeah, it's not getting packed again. I didn't pack my parachute from drag week until we were there, I think, right? Yeah, until we were at Bradenton. That's when we packed. No, we packed at the shop. Did we pack at the shop?
I think me and you packed it.
Yeah, we packed it here.
By that you mean you?
I
was.
made him help.
Why- I try to help. I get confused with all the triangles and stuff.
Yeah,
you
there's a
know?
lot of stuff.
I didn't use it on the first pass.
And then
I
Joe,
was told,
you-
like, hey, you better do that. You need your brakes for the
Do you
road.
have a normal, like, with the spring pilot chute, or do you have a launcher?
His normal.
Yeah, it's
I
normal.
hate those.
Yeah, I know Bob. I know all the sweet shit you got.
It's not even
Well,
sweet.
I'll
It
get-
doesn't even cost much more.
Bob's got a ear launcher, everybody.
I did I showed Ray once how to pack the chute, which is just a normal chute. And then the next time, well, when we originally packed it, it didn't come out. I had him pack it, and I showed him how to pack it, and then the next day, I pulled it again, and he like did it all by himself.
Well, that's just showing off.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, I don't see how that's a one-person job. That's not a one-person job.
Good for Ray.
Yeah, good for Ray. Yeah.
I mean, I did it way back when, but I had to help Rick and then go pack my own
I
shoes.
was like, I've showed you guys 9 times.
Yeah.
Why-
And you're still trying to watch a YouTube video.
With no service.
Yeah.
Buffering again.
6 hours later.
Buffering again. I don't. You just go without us. I think my brakes will work okay on this, right? Yeah.
It's just, like, we left so late at Gainesville because we all had to make 2 runs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I accidentally, so on the way there in the rain, on the after day 1, or on, I guess day 2, I had a fan relay corrode. Somehow they got salt on it.
Oh,
I don't
oh
really
my
know.
Oh yeah, on the side of that busy ass fucking road too. We had to pull into like a mud puddle to fix it.
Sand puddle.
I'm sorry, yeah, not mud.
But what was
Sand.
crazy is that was already like hours into the trip, and it was right after we stopped for a gas stop. And I go to leave, and I'm just watching the temperature just slowly go up. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I let them know ahead of me. I'm like, I'm at like 190. We probably still have another 10 miles or something like that, but it's going to keep going. It was 200.
What was normal for it?
Depends on what speed. Anywhere from, and how cold it was. Anywhere from 185 to 209. So, but I knew it was on its way. It hit 215, and I'm like, it's still going.
Yeah.
And we finally found a spot. Well, because I didn't want to unpack the whole trailer to get a relay out, I just grabbed the secondary fuel pump relay out of the trunk. Pulled out of the socket, jammed it in there, everything's fixed, replaced the fuse, everything's good. Well, when we get to Gainesville, I wanted to make sure the secondary fuel pump works. So I changed the settings in the Holly, go full throttle with it, secondary fuel pump kicks on, fuel pressure, everything's good. And I changed the settings back to it and clicked off of it. I go to make my first pass, and I launch the car, it hooks, and it just goes to take off, and like, I don't know, 30 feet out, I'm like, that's weird. get let out of it, hit it again, it takes off again, and I'm like, what the hell? And I ended up running 11s at 99 miles an hour because I had zero fuel pressure because the secondary fuel pump didn't kick on. Started looking at the tune, and it wasn't commanded on until over 150,000 RPM. Needless to say, I didn't make it there.
I don't think so.
So I had to make up the second pass. Bob went up there and dumped sand
dumped
all
sand
and
down.
they had to make
Thank you.
another pass.
Thank you.
Did they shut the operation down and go out and clean it up and make a big
Well,
scene?
he wasn't the only
Everybody.
one. It was everybody.
Yeah,
It was like
It
every
was a
car.
regular.
It was like stuck in bumpers.
Well, they were
After
saying
that,
everybody drove on the
got
beach.
inside the
It
wheel
wasn't
wells,
the
I
case.
Yeah.
unrolled my bumper,
Yeah.
pulled it out of there. And because I saw in the video that the car went and then hit that little pile of sand and spun, I didn't make like any changes, and I definitely needed to.
Yeah, and
But
obviously.
it's hard. I mean, it's hard to like figure out what changes you would make when
Right.
you're driving through
but
sand in the
I
last
would've-
pass. So.
Didn't really understand. Like the one dude had drilled a hole in his rock because he dumped a bunch of water, and Miata apparently holds a gallon
Oh, yeah.
of
He
water.
made a rock.
He made a right turn.
Yeah.
We ended up the other way, yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, a drag and drive, your idea is make one pass and be done
Yeah.
and get on the road.
Yeah.
So we were all like, "Fuck, we got to make two passes." His was fucked up. His was fucked up. My first one was fucked up. My second one was super fucked up. And so Bob made a second fucked up one.
Worse than his first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was worse. Yeah, it just spun again, but spun worse, multiple times, and it was like a 913 was my first pass, and then my second pass was like a 926 or something like that. Just awful.
My second
What do you
hit
think
was-
happened on that pass? Just
Spun.
got too spicy, or
It was the same tune-up as the other tracks. I
Yeah.
think it was just
The track was not great.
Gainesville was pretty bad.
It was,
Yeah.
the surface was not.
I had the car. Realistically, the car was too low. As I was driving, I'm thinking, I'm like, I just gotta raise the back of the car up so it changes that bar angle and
Yeah.
hits the tires harder.
Yeah,
Were
we
all,
changed
were all
them.
the tracks concrete?
Yes.
I think so.
You guys didn't have to deal with any like
No, nothing sketchy.
back road shit like I got.
So
No.
we didn't leave there. I mean, you guys left. It was getting dark.
It was dark.
So
It
we
was
normally try to.
definitely 100% dark.
Idea is to try to leave by 1, 2 o'clock at the latest and get on the road.
Yeah, because you don't have trailer lights. So.
I have trailer lights. I have trailer lights. I have the little ones on the bottom.
You know what a 168 bulb is?
The little guy, the little marker light.
That's his tail light.
I have that's a
For, like,
brake light.
check
One is
engine lights and
a,
stuff?
I have one turn signal. One's a tail light. One's a brake light. And
Mind
the
you,
one on the side
he's got the big like trailer
They
lights.
just don't work.
Too. They just don't do anything. They're just there. They're
I
reflectors.
didn't get to it yet. Okay, I'm too busy trying to put the car back together to make it run again before I get to the details.
You had time.
My second
didn't.
head at Gainesville was good. I left it the same, but I lifted because I was afraid of breaking out because that's when I realized I lifted at 7 seconds.
Yes,
That's
still
the
went
last
861 again.
And I'm like, I can't go faster than 850.
Right.
Go faster than a cert.
It doesn't count.
Then I can't make another pass. So I lifted early and still went at 70 something,
Yeah.
and then I turned that one in, which was, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
we're good. It was a late day, and then obviously I was trying to scoop up my pride in my car.
Sean here had a problem.
What else?
oh yeah, yeah.
He was over there welding, and
Oh yeah, that's when
I
your radiator
wasn't
fell out,
well,
right?
Joe was
yeah,
well.
it was happening.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. We tried fixing it in the car, but it didn't work. So we had to pull the radiator and weld it with not such great equipment, just because somebody else used it and like burned up the tip on the welder.
And there wasn't any.
There was like nothing.
No tungsten on it.
No,
They had no other tungsten. They had the
No.
TIG welder. They
Yeah,
brought everything there. No
tungsten
tungsten.
Yeah.
yeah, well, no, somebody burned it up.
He
Somebody
pulled
like,
tungsten out was this long. I'm like, wait.
yeah, but it worked. I'm glad they were there.
It's better than not having it.
The spool bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
School
school
bus,
bus showed
yeah.
up and they had a bunch of tools and were helping people,
Yeah,
so
they
that was
helped a lot
pretty
of
kick
people.
ass.
One nice thing though about sick week over drag week is the drives were like 100 miles shorter each day, so leaving that late wasn't like huge.
Yeah.
Like we would have left it.
Wasn't it 250?
What
time did you guys
Whatever.
leave?
It was, I mean, it was
9
probably,
o'clock?
It was dark,
well, we
probably
left,
9.
yeah, we left at 9. You guys were not there that late, were you?
It was completely dark.
7,
They're
8
taking a
o'clock.
picture.
We didn't get out of there, I don't think, until like 10 o'clock maybe. And the
Yeah.
guys with
The Honda.
the Honda, they
That guy
still
was
had
mad,
that
by
thing
the way.
like shredded all over the track.
Yeah, they're-
all over
The guys at the
pits.
track were real mad.
Were they?
Yeah, because apparently they can't leave until nobody leaves. But I'm like, well, you know, you kind of
You set yourself up for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy had to sit there in the parking lot while they fixed the car.
Mhm.
The only reason I know that because
They got it fixed though, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, these rules that you can't switch motors, so they were taking bearings out of another engine to put in the original engine and rods and pistons and just switching parts around and making it work.
Was that the kid with like the white CRX or whatever
Yeah.
it was?
You hit the wall.
I saw like one of the 1320 video like coverage days of it. I remember seeing them like go up and talk to the kid in like the staging lanes or whatever before he made a pass, and like I guess he had to like rebuild his whole shit apparently.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely did.
Transmission.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like, it was a bare engine compartment.
Import
And when we were leaving, they were just
everything
they
was
were
out of it. It
setting
was
the motor
nuts.
back
Yeah,
in by
hindsight, you
hand.
can just pick the motor up and put it in
Yeah.
the car. It is
But
easier.
still, like, in the grand scheme of things, the NA guys and the 4-cylinder guys, and I guess the 6-cylinder guys too, like kudos to them
And Mr.
Yeah.
Rotary.
And the rotary.
and the rotary.
Yeah.
They
That
He
rotary
finished.
guy.
I was like, that's
they
Rotary finish?
Exactly.
are
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
They are doing it the hard way.
Yeah.
I don't care what they like. A 9-second 4-cylinder doing this. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's
It
awesome. Yeah.
Definitely is. So, did you guys have anything to? Were you guys around when the dude in the? I don't remember. I think maybe he was driving a wagon, got hit by the semi truck.
No, we weren't
Bus
there.
trailer or something.
We
Yeah,
heard
semi
about
truck
it.
like clipped dude's trailer or whatever, like blew the wheel out of it. Like it was crazy.
Oh, I didn't
I
even
didn't
hear
see
that.
We
Yeah.
saw the video. That's,
Yeah.
Dude riding with Cletus and them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Well, I can tell you, we almost got killed by a semi at drag week.
Yep.
That like first day.
We weren't on the road fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, and it was live. He was going live with it. You
Yeah, it
remember
was on
that?
video.
He was going live.
I
And he's like,
remember
"Oh, we're driving," and then all of a
Holy
sudden,
shit.
a semi cuts Bob off and locks up and gets all crooked and locks up and tries brake checking
He was
him.
brake checking me. I think what was going on is I was in the slow lane. It was a 2-lane highway.
Yeah.
And Rick was next to me, and we were just kind of like not
Taking
going as
pictures, just
fast,
fucking
not
around,
as
yeah.
going as fast as we should.
Right.
And the semi was behind Rick, and then they
So you
slowed
sidewalked
down
him.
and got behind me, and that pissed him off. And he just got and like, I mean,
He was mad.
he definitely cut me off, and it was close.
Yeah, it was.
Those are
Like,
the kinds of people we need professionally driving with CDLs on.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
he
like I've never seen anything like that in my
I've
life.
never been that close to a semi, like cutting over like that or anything, probably really.
I thought he was
And
gonna
then
hit
he
you.
locked up the trailer brakes. Smoke the whole 9 yards. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right.
All right.
That's how this is gonna be.
Yeah,
Okay.
just look straight. Just look straight. yeah, that was
way to
crazy.
close.
And that was like right at, like you just got your car done
Yeah,
for drag week.
pretty much.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. But yeah,
People
that,
drive crazy down.
Oh,
down there.
Florida, yeah.
I mean, you don't really.
That was in Ohio.
You know, when I tell people like,
No,
hey,
Michigan.
I'm taking my race car, street car,
Mm.
and I'm gonna drive it 800 miles, and we gotta go one track. And then the people that don't know cars, like, yeah, you just drive your car or whatever.
You just drive a
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
I'm like, you don't understand the feat it is to just complete, like
Right.
how accomplished you are to feel it. And we don't win money. Like, it literally
Yeah,
costs
no.
so much money to do this, and there's no money to be made. Like, there's a plaque that people fight over because they
Yeah.
want it so, you
Just
know.
glory and
Just
fame.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
really.
Oh, my clout. Oh, my clout, damn it.
Well, like, and I think the biggest thing is like these cars. A lot of them make 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 horsepower. Like
Yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
drive that kind of car 800-900 miles, like that's insane.
And let's break it down even more. So the best of the best is there, right?
Yeah.
There is like people that have a large budget, people
Mhm.
that like Steve Morris is there with people that have a large budget, not us. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, well, there's like you got like there's Tom Bailey. If you don't know Tom Bailey, he's the one who put it on. You should go check him out. He's got some badass shit. But you know,
He holds the fastest pass ever
on
on
a
these
race,
dragon
yeah, which is a
drives.
590 something.
599 with an 8.
You know, Bob. Thank you,
It
Bob.
was like barely there. The car went 577.
Wikipedia Bob. Then there's Tom Bailey, and then there is it was a nitrous Schroeder with the nitrous Corvette that goes low sixes, trying to go fives also.
Yeah.
And then there is
Gustafson.
yeah, that guy that
With the wagon, the Volvo.
yeah, the Volvo wagon. So you have all the top cars that were competing to go fives. The thing was, can they do a 5-second average this week, right? So these are the baddest of the baddest
What's a
motherfuckers.
622 or something like that is upset about.
Right,
Yeah.
Clark, I don't know his name with that black fifth gen Camaro that's like that's got a badass like Steve Morris motor, like all these cars.
That's the next one.
Day one, Bailey out, broke a valve, and then Schroeder had a nitrous backfire and blew up something crazy happened with a fire out. I think Clark was
He broke something.
He was at Georgia though. He made it all the way to Georgia.
He broke something and then got it fixed and came. I mean, he was out.
Yeah,
but
he didn't get it done in time.
Make passes, yeah.
So you're looking at it.
that these people, like Drag Week or Drag and Race, don't give a shit who you are.
Mm-mm.
You may make it, you may not make it.
Yeah.
You know, and then you go and it's like, it kind of hurts your pride if you don't make it, but you're like, man,
Right.
like the best of the best, like, don't have good years and that shit
Yeah.
breaks sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you just, that's just part of it. Like you really don't know what's going to happen. You
Literally,
don't know when or where it's going to
You
happen.
literally
either.
have like a $80,000 motor to
Done.
try to do this stuff and done,
Right.
out, broke it.
Right. So, you know, people might try to be like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Well, you don't know what you're doing, or
Yeah.
you know, you can't like I'd like to see anybody try to do this. Like
Yeah.
this right here, in my opinion, is a way to prove whether you have a street car or not.
Yep.
Like, take it on a 1,000-mile road trip.
We went down there untested.
Yeah,
I
well,
pulled
we
out
all
of
went
Bradenton.
untested.
And
One
that was
person-
the first time that the trailer had been attached to the
Yeah.
car.
I
And
know that.
I'm just driving. I'm like, I don't know.
I did the
I don't know if
same
we're gonna
thing. I'm
make
like,
it.
I
I
never
don't know
drove
what
with
to
the trailer on there, and I'm like,
Right.
I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, I put a hitch on it, or I made a hitch for it. And
I didn't know if the car would run hot.
Just
you know,
like
I gotta
roll it to
rear
the
my
parachute
radiator.
mount.
I mean, I did.
Right,
Yeah, well, I made a whole
and
new
then
one.
the trailer
Yeah, both
too
of
is
them
only,
hit
it's gonna
Right.
could affect airflow
Yeah,
back there too with the
yeah.
radiator back there.
Oh yeah,
so.
you don't know, and like these events is kind of funny because we all rushed to get our shit. Like on Drag Week, I didn't even dyno. My car ran the day before we loaded up on the trailer, and we came that morning to load up on the trailer, and it wouldn't go into gear. I said, Bob, just go. That's been my thing. Bob, just go. Just leave me to die, okay? We and
Yeah.
Jimmy will figure it out. And we got it done. We put it together in line. We're the last one in line, got it done. But the last only testing I had
Right.
was when I blew it up in Drag Week. I had it running 2 weeks before Sick Week.
Yeah.
And I did dyno it this time, you know, but untested. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens.
I mean, you still drove it, what?
Oh,
100 miles?
I had my odometer worked on my Dolly Dash, so I had 592 at Drag Week, and then I had like almost 1,100. So it actually is almost the same mileage both
Yeah.
times. But the driving part, I have no problem with. I got
Right.
that down. Car will
It's
drive on the
it's
road
making
before.
fast passes
It's
part
the,
that we need
it's,
to figure
it's the
out.
right, which I think I got some. I'm not going into it. 'Cause I'm sick of talking about it, and everyone's sick of hearing about it. Mostly
Rick,
Chuck's
talk about it.
No,
We could.
I'm not.
I think we should
I'm not
talk
gonna-
about
I don't
it.
want to talk
We
about
think
it.
we know what happened.
We think we know what happened, but we don't really know.
Fast.
Maybe,
No,
but
and no,
It's a
and
theory.
some of the best
We got
guys don't 100% know either.
yes, and that's if anything I've learned. Because I'm an asker, I call everyone, I ask people, and I'm not. I don't think I'm an asshole, so a lot of people tend to like talk to me and give me help, or at least they give me the wrong information. They think it's funny, laugh about it. Like,
Yeah.
But the tools and valves, press some shit. I think it was a camshaft.
What? Is it 13?
13. They're counting how many times a day I talk about this. But in fairness,
13.
It's 45 the first day.
I'm asked about it a lot.
40
I
the
don't.
first day.
I'm asked about it.
Like
okay?
36 the second, 24 the third.
I have to admit, I did ask about it earlier.
It's okay.
Everyone's asking me about it. This thing I'm supposed to just not. I'm just clam up and say nothing
On
happened.
day one, he did a lot of phone calls.
I've been making phone calls all week. I'm not gonna lie. Like I got to get this on because I don't
Last
know.
week.
Was it last week? Oh yeah, I've been making phone calls for 2 weeks because I'm trying to also get the parts that I need coming because there's a long wait and I don't want to
For
miss.
everything.
So, I feel like there's still 2 days left.
There
I
is.
don't know how much Rick can chime in here.
Yeah, Rick's pretty
I guess,
much.
Rick, you're out.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, go ahead. All right. So actually, so the last 2 days I'm out. You guys take over.
All right,
Because I
so
wasn't-
day
You still
4.
had an adventure too.
Day 4, then there was 3.
Day 4. Now there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
What happens?
We
Go to South Georgia. Rick, we raced in South Georgia.
Yeah.
How was that? Good.
It was awesome.
That track was amazing.
It was on my bucket list to race there, by
It was
the way.
pretty cool.
Well,
I don't know that.
Always
maybe next year.
I don't know if anybody's fun that day. Like I said, I didn't watch everybody go down.
Yeah.
But that
I made my best pass there.
track
That's
was
always
awesome.
right.
I still
Like
wasn't fast.
after I bumped in it bogged for a second and I only left on like 14 pounds
Only.
and I still went a 128.60. Like it was on it.
My
Like,
bogs up so good.
well, it was after I bumped.
Yeah.
But it was it just worked so good. And yeah, and Bob made his pass first.
Right.
Because he's in A class.
Yeah, the A group or whatever.
And you went a 69, right?
I won a 769 with a 5 at 180. We weren't getting after on the hit on these, so it's like I think it was like a 127 or something,
Yeah.
60. So
And to mind you, Bob's car's been 111 60 foot. It's been his
On the
best.
back wheel, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was. I think it was the same day I blew my car up a 42.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
but the track felt. I was super pumped after that run. I was also very nervous that maybe I went faster than 750 because that's what I'm limited to because of my cage. Because it just felt so good.
Yeah.
But everybody was messaging me before, like I could even get out of the car, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
So I knew, so I didn't have to rush. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was listening to it on the radio. or no, I was watching the live feed. I was watching the live feed in her car in the staging lanes, just waiting.
With
Not
the
even
AC
actually
on.
in the yeah, right. It wasn't that nice, all right. But I was just watching, and I'm like, yeah,
Watch that
that's
in
sweet.
dash DVD player.
No, yeah. I forgot what I ran there, but I lifted early there too because
It was like another 61 or
Because
something.
I know that track was good, the weather was phenomenal. When I was going down, I'm like, this thing's gonna go 40, and I'm gonna be pissed because Bob doesn't have to make another run. Rick obviously doesn't have to make another run. And
But I told myself though, I'm like, if Chuck needs to make another hit, I'm gonna make another hit.
yeah.
Because I just want to make another pass of this track, but I don't want to be the only reason to do it.
Right.
So luckily, I didn't need to. I think I went another 70 or something like
I
that.
thought it was a 61 or
So
something.
yeah, it was
67.
yeah, 67 sounds right.
That was a cool track to
Yeah, but
race.
and I think I did that one at like
So I hear.
150 some miles an hour.
Did you guys even
something
go?
like
We didn't make it
We had to
there.
go pick the car up.
We had to go back to Bradenton.
They did give me a picture though.
Bradenton.
I did. I got some parts for people.
That
You know,
was
we're still in good spirits.
nice.
I can tell you this: on day 3 or day 4 and 5, we had heat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
so good.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to like find
No
some
heat.
good food.
No heat.
Like, yeah.
How'd your
glasses off?
How'd your pass go? You said it was your best.
That was my best of the week. It
Yeah.
still sucked because I screwed my
That's a
tune
car.
all up and it still went 874. And everybody was like super impressed with that.
And
Even though you
pissed
know-
off,
I've
you wanna-
never
you
seen a
wanna-
car before, and I'm
Right,
like,
you want to burn the car to the ground.
yeah, I'm like, I want to light the ET slip on fire, but it's the only one I have. And I just,
You got
You
there today.
don't get to
Yeah.
keep it, so that's nice.
yeah,
You don't have to like, it's
Take this
gone.
shit.
yeah.
Bullshit.
I had to turn my best
It
passes
went
in.
60 foot for shit.
It is terrible though. Like, obviously I didn't have the same this time, but you have a car that like yours that you know how fast you've gone, and
Yeah.
people, and then you don't go anywhere near that fast, and people are still impressed with it. And it's like, if only you knew
Yeah.
that I could
Yeah,
shave
you
a
gotta, like,
second
go on
off of this
kind
thing.
of-
Mhm.
Literally.
slap them.
Right, like it's
You don't know.
right.
Yeah.
But you can't express that. Like, oh,
No,
you
yeah.
just Google it, like, or YouTube it. I
Yeah.
promise you, there's videos of this car going faster than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sucks that.
Yeah, that was with an old combination.
Right.
I know what the car should be capable of.
Yep.
Well, you know what
Yeah.
it can do. We just
You
Yeah.
just have
It's
to
the
get
lack
that
of
point.
testing.
That's what sucks about going untested because it's like we know, and then you know,
It was
you
totally
know,
untested.
our little like echo chamber is like our shit isn't shit, right? Like your car's like, oh, you're only going 870. You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, don't come to Christmas, you know. Like, just don't even don't show your face around us, you know. And Bob's car's always been a lot faster. My car hasn't been faster than that, but I know like there's potential. The only car that's actually went consistently faster has ever been was Chuck's wife's car, but our little echo chambers that we just suck. You know what I mean? You're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like we're so slow. We're awful. You know. And then people are like, oh my god, that's really awesome. Like
Yeah.
that's really fast. And it's like, no, it could be better. You don't understand. You know. But
that's why we keep pushing ourselves to go faster though, because
right, because our echo chamber is a bunch of
You're not
assholes.
racing for other people that think that they'd be impressed by your car.
right.
Well, like,
I'm
to think
100%
that, like,
racing for clout.
To think that like all four of you guys
I-
took
there's-
sub 9-second cars down there, drove them. Well, you three took sub 9-second cars down there, drove them the whole state of Florida.
and Georgia.
And into Georgia.
And then Georgia, and
Georgia.
made passes at every track, and that you were consistently faster or whatever. Like, that's a feat. Like, that's not like not a lot of people can just go do that.
No, it's not easy.
It's interesting. It's interesting, like stupid little things. It's like I've taken my race car and gone into multiple states
Right.
with it, driving and not
Yeah,
trailering it.
yeah.
You know, so it's kind of neat. But like, I still have my first car. And there's like 70-some thousand miles on it. It's never left Ohio. It was my daily driver. It's never left Ohio. Never crossed state lines with that car.
He lived himself.
That's a 99 Neon.
It doesn't matter. It was in
It
daily.
doesn't matter what it is.
It's an RT.
Doesn't
Second
matter.
fastest Dodge lineup
Stop.
car in Dodge. This is all everything I heard about in high school when I sat next to Bob.
It's almost
We're
as
the
fast
only
as
two
Rick
Mopar
Perry
guys.
now.
He's right.
Still are.
How those 4-second eighth miles going, Rick?
Nice 508 so far.
All right, just checking.
Terrible, Bob.
He's
So,
just a couple
Wait a
miles
minute,
away
though, hold
from
on. What is your car weight compared to what?
That doesn't
That's
matter.
not his
Rick's
fault.
car.
We're not
I'm not
we're
saying
not
that,
racing weight slips. My car
Are you
weighs
saying who's
my car
smarter?
weighs probably as much as your car. My car weighs 3830 with me in it.
Yeah, that's up there.
If I don't
It's
get
not my fault he built a heavy ass car.
You're not. It's not your fault. I just stayed with it because I'm loyal to my car. Okay, like if you were loyal to your car, your neon, like you're loyal to me, your neon would be a pro stock neon right now with rear wheel drive and fucking all this other sweet shit.
It'll
But
be a neon.
but you're not.
Still a no.
But you have a loyal.
It would still be a girl's car, I know.
So speaking of day 5,
Yeah.
so between 4 and 5, we had to go all the way from Georgia
Yeah.
all the way back down to Bradenton. That's a long drive.
That's a long.
So on our way down there, I passed
350 miles or
Valdez,
something, wasn't
and
it?
I'm like looking at, because I had the GPS up, I look at the distance to our hotel, which is at the same exit as Bradenton, and I'm like, come day 5, like we have to go this far? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, 330 miles or something like that. I'm
All
like,
down 75 too.
all the way down the highway in cars that shouldn't be going down the highway.
Right.
Like, her car loved being at 63.
Yeah.
62, 63 mile an hour was the sweet spot.
So like a back road, like 55-mile-an-hour road
It's
is
mint.
perfect for that.
Oh,
thing.
absolutely. I'll speed on
But
that
a
road.
70-mile-an-hour
But-
highway where
Like
everybody
a
in Florida's doing
beer
100.
No.
Yes.
I
Because the average
luckily-
speed is like 85 to 90
Yeah.
miles an hour on
Uh-huh.
that highway in Florida.
And they don't use turn
They feel
signals.
roll
Right.
fuck out.
And
Luckily,
it
I actually
changes. As soon as
changed
you
gears
cross that line, everybody
right
speeds
before
up.
we went. Because I did have a 375 gear in it, and she was hitting the rev limiter at the top of the track, and it like 1,000 foot. So I'm
Yeah.
like, because as we turned it up, obviously the car went faster, more mile an hour. So I said, I'm going to change the gear to it, put a 350 in it, and it woke the car up everywhere. Like I had
Yeah.
to turn down, and it went as fast as it's ever gone. So luckily I did that because obviously that lowers it a couple hundred RPM going on the highway,
Right.
road or whatever, and that helped a lot. But we were lucky also enough to stop in Ocala at the Don Garlic Museum and get a hotel out that way. Like that was kind of nice. We met up with our friends here.
Yeah, that's
We
why
were,
that. But the time that
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you were
were.
the first one there.
I actually pushed my. They had like a car show, but I pushed my car out of the trailer and pushed it over there and put the spark plugs back in the hall.
It looked like it was running, other than the O2 sensor was missing.
Yeah,
What you
well,
said-
I don't know where they went, but
Nobody noticed that.
Yeah, no, I pushed it out, but I had to wait till everyone was gone to get pushed back into the trailer. So, it was cold again. It fucking was cold again. Oh my
I had
god.
my racing jacket on again.
Yeah, me too. I was just like,
So you guys all go
Hurry.
350 miles back
well,
down
we
Florida.
started, it was a
we
break
split.
in the middle.
Okay.
So we stopped at the Garlic Museum, which was
That was
the
halfway.
checkpoint. You had to
Yeah.
take a picture there, and we got a hotel in that area.
And then finish the trip in the morning.
And
Which
then
normally you
and-
wake up in the hotel
Right.
right next to the track essentially,
Yeah.
or close to it, but we still had to drive 150
140
Yeah,
miles.
they,
or
they
whatever.
would start like I think
Well,
it
they
was
didn't
supposed to
start
start
till 2 o'clock.
right. It was supposed to be
Right.
like 9 to 2 or something like that each day, roughly
Yeah.
for racing. Except that last day was 2 to 8.
Which was
Yeah,
So
drive in the
because they
morning.
knew, yeah, because you're driving in the morning
Huge.
instead of.
But it was
Yeah.
just, but you know, normally like the car, you get there and it's not heat soaked.
Right.
You know, you gotta change your plugs, you gotta change your suspension, you gotta empty out the car, you gotta do all this stuff. And the car is normally not like on fire,
Yeah.
driving down the highway for so long.
They're
And
on
then,
fire, yeah.
You know, earlier in the week, I had an issue where I'm like, man, my fuel pressure sensor is going out on this thing. And, cause it was reading like 6 PSI and I'm like, there's no way this thing would still be running at 6 PSI.
Right.
Like,
oh,
oh, it did.
try me.
So I
Yeah.
changed the sensor and it came back. I'm like,
That
the next
sensor is about
morning-
as bad as my compression tester.
I changed the sensor in the morning, and I had full fuel pressure again. I'm like, sweet. And then we did everything, and then that day, because we were on the highway for so long,
Yeah.
it kept going lower and lower, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it there. And I'm like, there's no way I got another bad sensor,
Right.
because that just doesn't happen. And then I go through the screens, and
Mind you, when you're making that last trip and you're going to the track, all that's going through your head is like, okay,
I have
is
to
something
finish.
going to break
Yeah.
that's going to prevent me from getting to the track? I am so close to
like,
finishing.
all I want to do is pull in, and then, like, just get down the track. I don't
Yeah.
care
Just
whatever.
break
I'm-
the
I
beams.
just- yeah.
We'll go 1150 again, and it's
Yeah,
fine.
whatever. I made it.
I'm cruising down 75 and it's just like, and this freeway, I'm like,
Was this stuff
you
going
gotta
through-
be kidding me, 50 miles away from Bradenton.
Was this stuff going through your head right before? Like, oh my god, I'm almost there. I'm almost like,
No,
yeah,
it's
50
finished.
miles
That's
out.
your
I'm
problem.
like, yeah, we'll be alright, because I found
your
the
problem.
cracked
You thought you were
wheel
okay.
at a gas station because I was detailing the wheel,
See, it's a good thing.
and I found a cracked wheel. I'm like, alright, so it's cracked. We'll make it, we'll be alright. Maybe we didn't.
All right. You're the opposite of all right.
Never let your guard down,
No.
especially
Well, that's
on
when
last
that's
day.
when me and Jimmy broke off the project Find Cadillac Shaw on a Wheel and went to
Or wheels.
Yeah, and like we were talked to, like we were assholes everywhere we went.
Yeah,
like
it
the
was-
off-road
it was-
shop.
it's
There's an
not-
off-road shop, and I'm like, maybe
They knew
they
you
had-
guys were from
I
Ohio.
was gonna say, somebody called them ahead of time, like, hey, you guys.
Yeah, there's guys that they pull up in a black Cummins with a trailer, like just treat them like
Tell them
complete
to
shit.
get fucked.
Yeah, just treat them like complete shit, and that's what we did. We stopped at all these different places, like up and down
It
the
was a bad
road.
spot where we.
Well, there was a
broke
bunch of like tire
There's like
shops.
19 wheel and tire shops on one street.
Yeah, I promise
None of
you.
them.
No.
Yes. Yeah, none of them could. No, and no one could give us a referral to anything. And I'm like, you've got to know somebody that might have a set of GM race wheels from like a Chevelle or something. No, nope, nothing. So I started getting on Marketplace too and looking. There's also nothing. So.
That's what
So what'd you end up
You
doing?
got a marketplace?
Huh?
You got a
We really were
marketplace?
trying.
I was trying to find you. I said, figure, what if like I could find a set of like
Yeah.
Pro Stars or something off of something. You know what I mean?
It's a weird offset. It's like a 6-inch
Yeah.
F-body
Yeah.
offset. Basically.
But you could have ran an 8-inch wheel or something.
Yeah.
You know that would have.
So day 5, you're on the side of the highway, cracked wheel,
Oh yeah.
50
Yeah,
miles
and
away from the
probably
track.
20 people stopped to like help, and
Yeah.
then my co-pilot, he was like accidentally giving thumbs up, and he was supposed to be giving thumbs down, but
Yeah.
like he got fixed with that.
He gave us thumbs down, but
You got
he
thumbs down.
I
Did
was-
he? Did he?
well,
I was on a mission.
I was like, I'm so close to getting there. Sorry, Sean.
no, we were in the fast lane.
Not everyone makes it.
No, somebody,
I think I did fast.
somebody made a post and said if you're on 75 around this area where
Yeah.
you were,
Fuck Sean.
there's that's what it said.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there's a huge like dip or pothole or something. Stay in the left lane to avoid it because these little trailers and stuff, it might fuck
Eat the
something up.
trailer off, yeah.
I didn't see that post.
My mom saw it, screenshot it, sent it to me.
Obviously, cracked the wheel.
And then,
Yeah,
and that's honestly what I thought. I was looking at all the cars trying to find us. I never saw anybody hit any bump. But that's why we were over, to avoid that.
Well, then we knew
bump.
Rick was behind us.
Yeah,
So
Rick.
I'm
Had, at this point, I had no reason to.
Well, I saw
Well,
you
he had
guys
the
drive
truck,
by, and
trailer,
like,
and everything.
whoa!
Yeah.
I don't have room to
So yeah, and I was like, there's no way I'm
I
getting
definitely didn't have
over
a
in
wheel
time.
for you anyway, so.
Yeah, no.
Not that
The
we
trailer's
could
spare.
There's no way we were getting over in time, so.
Eventually, Sally's Speed Shop ended up. He called me. One of the guys called me from on the side of the road on Messenger, and said, "Hey, we might have what you need.
Yeah.
We'll double back. We'll put our race wheels on, and we'll double back and see." So they did, and we were on the side of the road, go to put them on, and I've got 5/8 studs,
And they're half
and
inch.
they're 1/2 inch. So he's like, fuck it, just drill them. So we're on the side of the road with a step drill, just drilling away.
Send her home. That's
And
awesome.
then they hit the quarter pan. You're like, man, I wish I had a circular saw right now.
Damn it, Brain.
So you get wheels on, make it to the track?
Yeah, made it to the track. The tires I run are 30-inch tall normally, and I had 28s on it, so we had to like back the speed down, to
Right.
62 right around there, which I think was all right. But our set of wheels made a pass and got an ET slip. So.
Yep. What better way to work out bugs than take your car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Untested.
in Florida. Well, you worked out bugs, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah. You're supposed to found some more.
I feel it would have been
Yeah.
a lot easier to do it like the Ohio Drag Week deal where it's like Ohio, Michigan.
That's.
I wanted to do that
No,
last
you guys
year.
decided to
The
drive
Midwest
to
Drags?
Florida to do it.
I'm signed up.
So
for
glad we
Midwest
did it.
Drags.
I'll do it again.
No,
Yes.
100%. It's awesome.
I'm not. I tell everybody that I'm like, put it on a bucket list. Do a drag and drive. Like it is. Like at the time, it's like you said. Like one of those things where like sometimes it's not a good time.
Yeah.
And
As long as you're prepared for that, but you gotta make it a good time.
yeah, but you've got to be ready.
That's why I'm there.
And it's fine. We're in good spirits. Like
You have to keep
you
that
go in that
mentality.
knowing that like, hey, we might blow shit up. Like
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I did not have a good go at it after I blew my car at drag week. Bob comes to me and I like punched the shit out of my steering wheel and it bent it.
Well, he was on the top of the
And that's why
track.
you got a little Mexican steering wheel under now.
I went down right before him, like a
Steering wheel
pair or
bent
two
back.
before him. And then I'm like, where is Rick?
I'm on
Like
the top
there's
of the
other
track.
people, and then I'm looking
There's
all
setting
over
cars.
the place for him, and he's just on the track at the top of the track, and they're setting the cars still down.
And they're like,
going
oh
down.
shit. And I'm like, tell them to stop. Will someone tell them to stop? I'm like, I'm scared to get out of the fucking car.
And he's like, I just blew it up. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, It's like it's blown up, and he
You got
about
some
lost
oiling
it.
issues.
Oh my god, I was not happy.
It wasn't
I'm
that,
like, I can't.
but like, and so I got down. I looked. I'm like, there's not oil in your diaper,
Right.
so let's wishful thinking. You didn't You didn't kick a rod,
roast
most
it,
likely.
right.
Yeah.
We were so close to having that done.
We would have had it, no problem.
Yeah.
Lots of problems.
And because Rick and his adventures, I'm gonna put a third seat right in the back of whatever car I take next time for Jimmy. So whenever this happens,
Car seat.
You can put a car seat in the back
I want
and
a
just.
little mini
I'd
turkey.
really like to finish one of these strike weeks.
We're gonna do it. We're
Poor
gonna
Jim, dude, you just like you get drunk along to these things and never get to finish.
after drag week.
Hey, you want to go for 3 days? Yeah, let's go.
Well,
After-
we're bringing your boat next time.
Yeah,
Not in the
that's
race
what we
car.
said.
We're bringing
We
the
said we're
boat.
bringing the boat next time. We'll just find a lake.
And
We're going fishing.
no one.
Let's go. We don't have fishing poles. We don't
It's
have.
not a bad idea.
Next time we'll just bring
It'd
the
be
boat.
hilarious. Could I just bring a boat instead of a trailer?
Yeah.
You gotta mention what you did on your first pass on day 5.
Yeah, so the wire broke on my trans brake, so
Yeah,
we
you were a
fixed
hot mess.
that
On a steering wheel.
on the steering wheel. Yeah. So that's in my head. 'Cause I never double checked to make sure the bump worked. So I was all in my head. Go up anyways.
You were also super flustered.
Not yet. Not at that point.
A little bit.
No, not.
The second time you're flustered. Okay, you're not flustered yet. All
I
right,
wasn't. No, I
you're
was just
flustered.
kidding. I was laughing about the fuel situation. Like just you
Oh
guys
my
were
god.
running fuel.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
No, that also
happened?
sucked.
What?
Yeah, let's rewind real quick.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We had to get fuel.
And ice. That's it.
Yeah, and it was fine. I was just like, I know he was talking to everybody about his valves. That's where it started. and,
It is really annoying while you were on it.
and I was just like, they were getting us fuel, and so I called Jimmy. And I said, "Are you guys coming with the fuel? If not, it's fine. It's
We
not
wanna-
a big deal. I'll go get
And
it."
meanwhile, I have a bag of ice on my hand, and then like a metal rod digging a hole into my hand,
Yeah, that was
carrying the
from
fuel
carrying the
fucking
fuel pail.
So
mile.
I was trying to.
Yeah, we're on our way, Bob.
I was trying to help them help me.
Yeah, and he said we'll be there about 15 minutes. And this is after we got food, like before all this happened, and we're like, we're just gonna.
For the
slushy.
record, we were eating while we were getting.
That's
fuel.
fine. And I wasn't
Well,
even
we got-
upset about it. And
So
he's
Rick's
like,
over there eating French fries, talking about his
No,
valves,
we
you're denying
wanted, we
the
wanted
lights
nothing
and
more than this blue slushy.
It's so terrible.
Remember the slushies? We got the slushies, and the straw they gave us was like
You
one of
couldn't
those.
get any of those.
Yeah, it was like one of
Coffee
those.
stir.
It was like a coffee stir, and all we couldn't get any slushy out.
Just threw $7 in
We just
garbage.
threw it in the like. I'll take my $7 slushy because you guys have a proper fitting straw. So then we go and we get the fuel, which is all the way on the other side of the track. And we're carrying all on the fucking slushy. I mean, is that so much to
Bring
ask?
straws next time.
but so when I talked to him, he's like, like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
This motherfucker
So
followed.
whatever. So it was a minute after
It's
that
been
cut off, so I
15 minutes,
jokingly
'cause
said,
we're
it's been 15 minutes. Yeah.
And he gets his phone's going off, and he looks, and then he dropped the
I
fuel.
just set everything down and checked the phone.
It's been 15 minutes, Jimmy.
I was 100% joking.
5 people ahead of you, Jimmy.
This motherfucker, like, so I was 100%
drunk by Rick telling stories about valves. This is bullshit.
So I 100% was not flustered.
That's when Jimmy started to count. 1.
I didn't know there
They asked me about it.
But
I did. So Bob wasn't flustered yet, everybody.
I definitely did get there. So anyway, so
Oh, yeah,
I
there's
go
so
up
much
and I'm
more to
worried
this.
about the bump now, so I'm all ahead. I do my burnout and I pull up, and I ride the brakes pretty hard when I go on the trans brake. I hit the trans brake button and start to pull up, and the car starts rolling. I'm like, oh cool, my trans brake's not working again. And the light turned green, so I just went. And it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere because I wasn't on a two-step. Okay, and I'm going. I'm like, why isn't this fucking thing shifting? So like I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm grabbing my shifter and I look and I'm like, I never put it back in first. Why?
Motherfucker's in second gear going.
Third. It's up to 400. So by the time I realized it's in third, I'm already past the 8th mile. So I said, fuck it, and I kept my foot in it because it's like the damage is done. You know,
So
what I mean?
what?
Except being third, yeah. So I go like a 9.0 at 171.
So then he pulls
I pull
around.
the chute, I go down there, I gather it up, and I go to start it. Nothing. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I have to get back up there because I don't want to be here like all day again just to make another hit. So I'm trying to figure that out. neutral safety, no, and then I figure out the one wire popped off the starter, which is kind of a motherfucker to get to.
Oh yeah, I
especially
laid under
when
your
the
car
headers
42
are
one
hot.
day.
Little side story to this whole situation too. So we're told like we're in my truck because my car's broken, so I have my truck. So they're like, go get Bob or bring up Bob Senior, bring him up
Yeah.
here to help Bob, maybe tow him back if we have to. And Jimmy is in a mood.
I wasn't in a mood. I was
You-
trying to help.
I'm sorry I put you in the mood with my funny joke.
No, so
I picked priority.
he was,
The priority was to help Bob.
we roll up and Bob's like, we can't tow it back. I'll get disqualified. I'm like, oh, I didn't. Okay, that's true. Okay.
I didn't know that.
So we back up, and then a dude rolls up with the wagon. There's a badass, like, 6-second wagon. I was like, hey, can you give me a ride back to my pits? And it's Steve Morris. So, of course, I'm going to give Steve Morris, like, if anybody knows Steve Morris is, he's a fucking badass engine builder,
Yeah.
like, famous for it.
Clearly don't know.
Jimmy doesn't know who Steve Morris is. So Jimmy's like, no, we got to tow this car back. You got to walk. And I'm like, Jimmy, no, come on in, just push whatever
But
you
I'm
need.
sure I'm in the background. We're not towing my fucking car.
Like, so, like, we look like complete psychos to Steve Morris, I'm sure.
Surprised he actually got it.
Yeah, and he got in, like, reluctantly got in the car. He's like, so then, of course, I gotta ask him about my valves. No, I did not actually, but when we're making that, like, if he gets out of the car, we give him back a ride or whatever, and I'm like, you know what that was? Like, no, I'm like, that's fucking Steve Morris that you're being an asshole too. He's like, who's Steve? I'm like, that's Steve fucking Morris, the guy that built Tom Billy's engines. Oh, he's like, well, we should have locked him in the car. He's like, he tells us wrong with our valves, put them just we'll just kidnap him until he tells us what's wrong.
Side note, funny story about talking shit to people at Drag Week. Went to Drag Week for my bachelor party in 2016, and we're there the first night, and like Jeff Lutz and like a bunch of people ended up staying at our hotel, and we're just hanging out front. Like I'm, of course, just drinking a bottle of Crown on the fucking front steps of this hotel, and like all these people pull in, whatever. We end up going to the bar. We end up going to Jesus Christ. End up going to the
Great
bar.
ride.
We ended up going to the bar with like Jeff and like a couple other people and like his kid and whatever. And we're standing there and Tom Bailey shows up. And we're all just kind of standing there bullshitting, talking, whatever. And Tyler Lewis decides he's going to just start talking shit to Tom Bailey. I'm like, do you know who this is? He goes, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, dude, you can't talk shit to Tom Bailey at Drag. Like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't give a fuck who this is. I'm like, Jesus.
Sidestep story. Me and Bob did our bachelor party at Shakedown,
Yeah.
and we had like a really crazy party in the pits, and I ended up.
That's a podcast in itself.
I ended up freestyle rapping Battle Bodie from Street Outlaws. I did. In my head, I won. I don't remember.
Must have missed it while we were crashing scooters.
Forgetting to put your feet down after you stop moving.
Why would I put my feet down? He should have put his feet down.
That was complete nonsense that night. But yes, I did that. Anyway, Bob's flustered now. I'll go back to Bob being flustered. He can't tow his car back. His car's hot. You got a wire off the starter.
So we get
Rick's in the
it.
pits talking to Steve Morris about valves.
So I'm packing my chute in the shutdown pull off area, just trying to save time while my car fucking cools down. And then we get it back on. I just go right up and go again. Do my burnout, and they stop me because I'm leaking water apparently in front of my passenger side rear tire. I think my water tank is just excessively sweating, or it's got a leak randomly. I don't know. Find some towels in the car, shove them underneath the water tank.
Yeah.
So I'm already like all.
Oh, he was flustered.
I'm
Now we're
like
pissed.
come on, I need to go. Like, need to get this done. I'm sweating my ass off. I bought 20 layer jacket and everything.
I
So I'm
remember
like
him buying
really
it. I'm like,
sweating.
that's gonna be hot.
It is, but it was really nice when it was cold.
Yeah. Well, real quick, I'm gonna pause you again. This motherfucker talks so much. Oh, I'm going to get the 7-layer because it's safety, and I went like this to him 5 fucking times. Put your gloves on, Bob. Put your gloves on, Bob. So I don't really wear my gloves, so I think you're gonna burn your fucking hands.
I might.
So, anyway, wear your gloves
So I bought 20 layer gloves too, and I don't put them on.
because they're too hot.
No, they're just a pain in the ass to put on. They're like super tight. But anyways, I'll start putting them on. Okay,
Thank
wait.
you.
Thank you.
I need you to be able to put my hinges back together. I can't have my hands like this.
So finally do that and go up again, and it's a successful-ish pass. It goes down and starts shaking the tires like 1,000 foot, like pretty bad. And when a
669.
Went at 769 with a 5 again, but at 178 instead of 180. And then I'm trying to figure out what I ran to see if it went too fast or anything stupid like that. I need to go up again.
Yeah.
And nobody's answering me or responding to me or answering my phone call. I'm like, God damn it, like, do I need to come back up there? Because it won't fucking start again.
So, like, technically you're done.
Yeah, I'm
like,
done.
You made your pass, you're good, but
Yeah.
you're freaking out because your
I'm
car
still
won't start.
freaking out.
Rick's talking about
Not
his
so
valves,
much-
nobody's answering.
Not so much that it won't start, just whether or not I have to go again. So, like,
Yeah.
it felt like a decent path. It was shaking the tires.
Right.
And the car's also overheating, which it hasn't done at all. So what happened, obviously, I mean, I haven't taken it apart yet, is when I went down in third, I probably lifted a head. And I dumped about a gallon of coolant out on that pass, which is probably why I was having some tire shaking about 1,000 foot.
We generally don't.
And it's also probably why my mile an hour was down.
Mm.
So I didn't wreck it. So that's cool. Oh, and then it also got like really like sideways when I was stopping on that
bet.
one too. Yeah. Was it that track? Yeah.
But you finished.
But I finished. Yeah, with I wanted a 7-second average and I had a 809
809.
because of myself at Gainesville.
Then he waited like 3 hours for me to make my pass
Yep.
in the staging lanes. It was hot, waiting and waiting and waiting.
And then, of course, you make your passes 7 or 8.
The car fucks up like it's never fucked up
Yeah,
before.
it's never. So we change the plugs every day, twice a day.
Yeah.
And so we put race plugs in, take them back out, put street plugs back in, and whatever. Well, I still, since that worked so well, I said, you know what? I still have this whole extra set of plugs. I still had 10 plugs left over.
Yeah.
I put a whole new fresh set in there. Let's just do it right. Like, let's not count on these ones that we've used all week. Let's
Yeah.
just put a fresh set in there.
Which is what I did on the same thing on that day. I put
Yeah, because you have it,
last
you
day.
might
Yeah, you might as well burn them up.
Yeah.
Right. So you only got to make one pass and you're good.
Your
I go up
definition of
there.
burning them up is a little different than mine burning them up.
You do things a little different, right?
Yeah.
So I go up there
Expensive
and
way, Mr. Bougie.
I go to make my, I go to like bump in. Everything's just terrible. Like I bump in, it's on the 2-step, and then all of a sudden it drops off the 2-step, and I'm like, I got to go anyway. So I ended up, because you have a 1 second, you can't go more than a 1 second
Yeah.
Reaction
on the
time.
reaction time, and I went a 0.7. Like that's how close I was to not
Fucking
making
that up,
it.
yeah.
Right. So I let go of the button, and it goes a 140 60 foot, slow as balls, and it still goes an 880 something, and then but slow 150 something, 152 or
Yeah.
something. And I ran it out knowing that I could make another pass after this, but also knowing that the 60 foot sucked.
Right.
And right before the finish line, I pulled the chute, and I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I went through it, and all of a sudden, like, the parachute
Gust
went
of
like
wind.
30 feet in the air and picked up the back of the car.
It
And,
looked like, his car was like Mary Poppins.
You can see the video from the top of the
Yeah.
track, like it just goes whoop.
and I was in the right lane, and then all of a sudden, I was kind of looking at the right lane, but the nose was down at the air, and I'm
What
like,
the
at the ground, I'm like, trying to steer it, but like, it
It's
was
just
such a
dragging the front
weird,
bumper down the track.
it was such a weird sensation, and I'm like, I don't want to wreck this, my wife's gonna kill me. You know,
Yeah.
trying to like, stop this thing.
On the last day.
Yeah. But at that point, and I got and it threw a belt again, so I didn't have any charging or power steering. But, which, I know power steering, blah, blah, but when you have a power steering rack, and you
Yeah.
don't have, it's fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I got power steering. That's why he was backing up his trailer all nice and
No, it's because I actually know how to back up a trailer.
No,
But-
I do too. I just can't see it. But
Yeah,
You
because
do
you
have to see
blacked
it.
out your windows too. Spray painted
It's
as well.
tough with a rack
No,
on the car.
Yeah, and it's no good. But I get across the slip, I get my slip, and I'm like, okay, that was a good time. I go across the scales, weigh the 36.20 once again, and I was like, finally relieved. I'm like, I am not making another pass. I got my 8-second average. Like,
I waited
I
until
don't
my
care.
slip in. I'm like, I'm turning my slip in with Chuck. And I
Yeah.
was like, Chuck, do you want to make another pass? Because if so, that's fine. I will wait longer. And he's like, nope, I'm done. I'm like, okay, let's go.
like high five. It was awesome. I actually finished. Like,
Yeah.
That in itself is the biggest feat. Like,
Yeah.
like I went down there saying, hey, I want an 8-second average. I don't care what it is, 8, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. Knowing that the car prior has only gone an 878 ever. you know?
Right.
So I finished the week at like an 8725. Like, so I finished an average faster than the car's ever gone.
Yeah.
With a softer tune-up than I've ever had, than what I've had in it. Doing a gear change, doing everything like,
Right.
and just, I was 100% okay with that. Like,
Oh yeah.
that pass sucked, but like, I was really happy with where it went. But, you know, going trying to go 850s or like Bob was trying to go 750s and no faster really sucks. Like trying to hit your limit of your cage and not go any faster, because if you go fast, you got to make another pass.
Yeah.
Or if you don't
Can't
get
turn that slip
if you
in.
don't get to make another pass, then you don't have a slip to turn, and you.
So they just give you like a.
20.
Is that, I was gonna say they have to like an average number.
Now, Midwest drags, you have to turn 2 slips in.
Yeah.
You do?
You own
Yeah.
every track?
So how is?
We only make it a day.
Oh my God,
We only make it a day one and a half.
Do they still take the best of the two, or do they
Yeah,
average
they
the two
average
for
all.
that?
They take,
Your average.
Oh,
That's for the,
they
that's for the
divide by
Midwest
8.
drags.
yeah. They
Okay.
Take 8 slips and they divide by 8.
Okay, so they take an average of
Yeah,
all
so
the
it's
slips,
very
not
average, yeah.
okay.
So everyone's done.
Mhm.
They finished.
Well, Sean.
Yeah.
You didn't talk about Sean.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
I don't
Sean.
know.
Sean is here.
No, we did. We talked about his.
It wasn't- it wasn't
Yeah,
the first one
it
we talked
went
about.
like this.
Borrow
We
the
talked about his
wheels?
last day with the broken wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And the
So
wheel company did say they would
Take care of it.
take care
Cool,
of
they're
it.
gonna
We're
give
gonna
back
mention
up.
the wheel company.
Naming names.
No, I'm not gonna name it.
No, I don't.
Okay.
All I know is they're taking care of it.
Well, I mean, if they're taking
I was on
care
the
of it,
phone with them on the side of the road, and like
Yeah.
I got an answer.
Yeah, everything fine.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna fix
They
that,
give
That's
a
awesome.
shit. That's
and
what
we're gonna
matters.
reinforce them. So
I mean, I think that's pretty stand up.
So we get now the award ceremony.
Terrible experience.
It
Oh.
was, and it wasn't like any.
Well, for everybody that didn't win anything,
awards. It just.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
So it was fine. It just went way longer
Right,
than it was
well,
supposed
we
to.
were walking over there, getting ready to walk over there, and Tom Billy's son was in it with that
Well,
wagon.
we were loading up the cars, and they're like, "Oh, and the guys aren't watching. Watch, we got the fast group going again." So I was
Yeah.
like, "Guys, let's go to the fence and watch."
Sure.
Tom Billy's
Is that
kid's
when Tom
car-
Billy's
Oh
kid-
yeah, on the
Okay.
right past us on the roof. We were like, this is gonna start.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
No,
at
he was
that, but,
okay.
like,
He was okay. Everything was fine, but it was like
nuts.
it was just a car just fly by you on this roof, like oh.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that supercharged Mustang lose a belt? You're
Yeah.
like, okay, and then you see it coming, and then all of a sudden, at least for me, all of a sudden I just saw his tail light over top of the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy
And
shit! Just sparks everywhere.
I was actually on the side of a trailer taking a pee,
Oh
and I had to
god.
back up to the end of the trailer and watch like this. And when anyone hits his
It's like,
roof, I just kind of
no
cut that
shit.
off short. And
So yeah, so that delayed things a little bit. We get there and they're raffling off. You know, you get chips,
Everything.
everything, and they're raffling off like I'm sure this
Stickers.
first year they're gonna like stick like
Yeah.
we had 37 goodie bags. Like
Oh no.
and it was in
They
the,
had 100.
yeah, so like it's like, and then they started at 9. So then it was like they were not giving awards away till like 10:30, and everyone's fucking exhausted.
Oh yeah.
it was like
Yeah,
11.
we were not happy campers, and so I'm listening, and then so rewind it to Drag Week. Bob's car, I'm not sure everybody knows that. Bob's car has a Gen 3 Hemi in it. It's Chrysler powered. Per Drag Week rules, if you to be fastest Mopar, fastest Chevy, you have to have the engine. Doesn't matter about the chassis. So technically, Bob won fastest Mopar in Drag Week, but they didn't catch it or whatever situation.
It sometimes maybe the way I worded it wasn't
Yeah.
right.
So-
I put Dodge instead of Mopar.
Right.
Something
So,
stupid.
so Bob didn't win fastest Mopar in Drag Week, which he should have.
they probably assumed it was a LS swap.
Right.
Well,
Probably. I mean,
absolutely.
honestly, probably.
No,
Yeah.
and honestly, people are like, "Is it a coyote?" No, it's not a fucking coyote.
Hate you. So then he didn't get that, and then he got fastest trailer, right? And then you're a runner up or third in your class, fast without trailer. Sorry, fastest trailer, fast without trailer. So then now we're running at sick week. Bob runs an 806. He is the fastest Mopar again.
Yeah.
And when they called it out, they're like, oh. They gave like some 9-second dart that would have been there, or that was there or something. Like, which is cool, no problem. But I'm like, hey, if you guys are going by drag week rules, Bob should have won. He had an 806 average. He's got a Mopar engine. No, we go by chassis first, then engine. I'm like, no, you don't. So I'm like starting to argue. Then they go fastest Pontiac. They call Chuck's name out. It's like Chuck Stefanski, fastest Pontiac. Chuck doesn't have a Pontiac engine in that. so,
It's a corporate.
so Chuck's like, I want my award, you son of a bitch. You know, so Chuck is fastest Pontiac. And it wasn't a Pontiac engine technically, you know, or whatever.
It depends on the way you look at it.
I guess,
it's
but
an
it's-
engine that came in a car. Kind of.
Right, but it's not. It's an LS or whatever. So in a roundabout way, Chuck stole Bob's award. But Bob again was robbed of his fastest Mopar again, and that's what he gets.
Twice in a row.
Twice in a row.
Damn.
Twice in a row.
Drag week.
Should have put him
Drag
on
Week
us and it
2022.
wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. And so that
Going
happened.
8-0s or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was considerably a lot less awards given out at Sick Week than there were at Drag Week, so there's less chance of.
Well, they
Coming
didn't
winning
split the
thing.
classes up like Drag Week does. Like our class modified.
Split up was that.
Like in Drag Week, they have modified small block powered or modified big block powered
Yeah.
or modified small block and SG aspirated.
Well, they also had
modified big block, but so that now you have awards for each of those.
Right, and they also had that modified was pretty much Super Street and another class.
Yeah,
put into
they
one.
combined two
Right,
classes
which kinda,
for Sick Week.
Yeah,
So there's that too.
but again, it's just a plaque that you win, but you want that plaque so bad.
Yeah.
I got one.
Don't
I like
play that much.
No, but like it's just like they probably people putting it on. It's like you're not winning any money, but it's like you don't understand like the shit I went through to win
The
this little plaque.
importance of that plaque.
That
Yeah.
helmet would have been sweet.
Yeah,
I want that
is
helmet. That
badass.
would have been so cool.
You know, so we did like we had another customer car that we tuned the week before that ended up winning our class, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
Fairmont.
Yeah, that car is badass, and that dude's really really awesome and
That's
fun.
Bill Spangler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good dude.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see, and got to help some people out. I enjoy that. So that was our trip. Now, would you guys do it again?
Yep.
I would do it again.
Chuck?
I'm currently looking for another chassis
Yes.
for
Yeah.
this. Because, like I mentioned before, I don't want to be limited.
So you're
Or
gonna
I
get
wanna
We're
unlimited
looking for a
car.
6.0.
a full blown pro
656.
mod and
Or a top sportsman car.
yeah.
Then we go sixes. And that's
Something
our
light.
car.
Yeah.
I'm sending mine out in the fall / winter. Next winter. Should have mine updated to 650.
Yeah, we want to go faster.
I'm gonna.
Rick's going to still try for that 7-second.
I'm gonna try for that 7.7 and finish,
And maybe a 4-second.
and have a louder, bigger speaker so we can hear it a little bit more.
Anyone on like big Harman
That's
card.
what we wanted to do.
We had a
I
huge
want
speaker
one
in our
with a
car.
subwoofer. I want to shake my when you pull up in Texas and their trunks
Well,
are
the car's-
pounding with
the
the
car's
slangers.
pretty-
That's what I
yeah.
want.
The car's pretty light, so just put a system in
Slangers on
it.
the dust.
So that 100% gonna do it again. After I broke a drag week, I started signing up for every drag and drive that's coming around because
Yeah.
I feel like I have an axe to grind. Now I got 2 axes to grind.
You do
Yeah.
that every time you break.
You got a bunch of valves to grind too.
28. I'm signed up for Midwest Drags. I'm gonna try to do it if my
When is the Midwest Drags thing?
June 9th, something like that. So as long as it's cool and everything's good at home. I left my poor wife at home for 11 days with
twins.
twins, 7-month-old. I left her with 2-month-olds at drag week, so she's.
Yeah. She's used to it.
God,
It's
God
fine.
bless her heart, but now the kids are teething and not wanting to sleep,
Yeah.
and so if everything's cool, maybe we'll do Midwest Drag. I signed up for it a long time ago. That'd be really nice.
I know we've talked about wanting to do it. Like I'd love to go do it. Like take Steve. Like he can co-pilot.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
I want to do it, dude.
Here's
Like,
how I
that's-
want to just do it.
They're going to put 4 seats in my car.
I'm for sure gonna need one.
Yeah.
So I think
At the very least, even if for some reason you don't have a car, just go do it. Just
Yeah.
follow it.
it's like.
At least
The
something.
nice thing, like we go to you go to no preps, they're fun and sweet,
Yeah.
but like no one wants to see you succeed. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like that's kind of the mentality. You go to a lot of tracks, you go, no one wants to see everything's like
Yeah.
at these events,
Everybody wants to see everybody do it.
everybody wants to see you succeed and get through it and help you. And like we had like a rule that like anytime someone's on the side of the road, just make sure they don't need help. They do stop.
Yeah.
Like that's the rule me and Bob have.
Except
from
for the
Oyster
one time,
Creek.
sorry, buddy.
Unless it's
Yeah.
kind of like Sean and you guys.
And you got 50,
Right.
you only got 50 miles
Bad
left.
spot.
You only got 50 miles left to go, and it's like fuck Sean, you know. But that's what I love about the drag. Like everyone's cool, everyone's happy, everybody wants to see you succeed. There's never like even on the bad days, it's not shitty.
Yeah.
It's just
like drag week last year. The second to last pass I ended up making was just a bad pass. I spun, and I was just like, kind of like, I got grabbed on my chute, and I was just like, God damn it, or whatever. And there was like this one of the badass Novas, 6-second car, and he came down right after me, and he's just like, congratulations, all happy. And I was like, what do you mean? I was just spun. It was a shit pass. He was like, you finished. He was like excited for everybody that was
Yeah.
coming down. It was just like, oh, okay,
shit,
cool,
yeah, you did finish.
Yeah.
Like it's a
We got that one.
Well, it's like it's not hard to get tied up in like wanting to meet goals like ETs, but like the big picture,
want
like
your
you
shit to run
finished,
right.
dude. Like that's
that-
awesome.
That is like this is something you built with your bare hands.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and did all yourself, or you and your buddies, or whatever the situation is, or had someone do it, whatever. But this is not like it's not like going buy a 2015 Toyota Camry and doing
Yeah.
it, like which somebody did or something or wanted to do, but
Try to.
I'll make sure I let them know. But yeah, the guy with the PT Cruiser, which whatever. I mean, it's cool, but I feel like the spirit of the class is
Yes, to drive race cars on the
Right.
street and go
move
do.
fast. You know, that's one thing I do like about Midwest Drags. They have a minimum ET that you have to run to get in. But it's I don't know where I was going with that now. Lost track. I just had a Joe Biden moment there.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. You give a man a fish, feed him.
Forget it.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's it.
That note. But it was sweet. It's you do it. Put it on your
that's-
bucket list. Do it. Every
for sure.
every. I was talking about how hard feet it is. Like it is not easy. Like
Yeah.
it's a
No.
It was exhausting.
Drag and drive events are awesome.
Yeah,
Done
it
a
was
lot of different
awesome,
types of racing.
exhausting, like all at the same
And I
time.
Yeah.
literally can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, like, going into this, I wasn't completely sold on it, obviously.
Yeah, because
So-
everything I get chucked into is a fucking
Well,
shit
not only
show.
that, but like,
Texas 2K.
yeah, it's only whenever he brings this car.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
shit
well.
show.
Right.
But, so, back in, 19, I decided that was gonna be it for trying to go fast and, doing normal drag racing. I'm like, I'm gonna sell the black car, I'm gonna build a no prep car,
Yeah.
and just do that, because I just want something different. Like, I wasn't digging the trying to go fast thing anymore. So,
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna do a no prep car. And I also go side by siding and like, just having fun, or I
Yeah.
race slow bracket cars because it's fun,
Or
Right.
dirt
More
racing,
hanging out.
no prep car.
Yeah.
or dirt, or whatever.
That's not hard. That was
Some of them
in a
don't
gravel
prefer-
driveway. It does.
So it's like, just doing stuff like that, I found more fun because you race for a couple minutes,
Yeah.
whatever, and then, or you're riding for a few minutes, and then you're hanging out with your friends for
Yeah.
an hour, drinking beers and hanging out, whatever. And then you do that over and over and over again, that was more fun.
Yeah.
You're not
Well-
sitting around waiting for them to call your class.
Sweating or
or-
fucking
Right.
kick off.
So going into
Yeah.
this, I was like, okay, it's just gonna be more of trying to go fast. It's just gonna suck. Like,
Mhm.
It's gonna be hot, waiting in staging lanes, just whatever. Well, it actually ended up being more like side by side riding, or
Yeah.
no prep, where you're not there for a long time.
Mhm.
Like you literally just need to make a pass. Most likely, hopefully, just one pass.
Yeah.
Other than that, like you're driving,
Hanging
you're
out with
talking,
friends.
you're hanging out with your
Yeah, you're gonna
co-pilot.
see cool things. Like if we have a
Yeah.
problem, we can put our heads together and figure. Like
Yeah.
it's
Like
just,
all the cool shit that I got to see, like I've been to Daytona Beach and everything,
Yeah.
but I haven't been there in a race car.
Right.
Like an actual race
Yep.
car.
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I used to
driving
come
down
here
the
on
beach.
vacations as a kid. What am I doing in a
Yeah.
second car driving?
Right. Rick has no business doing it with fender exit exhaust and turbos hanging out the front.
Right. Like it was just,
Parachute and everything.
it was, so that's why I liked it. That's the only reason, that's the reason why I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Like, because of that reason, it wasn't your typical drag race. It was more like
Right.
hanging out with your buddies and your friends and stuff like that, and not.
We got to hang out with the local police in
Yeah, see,
Florida. They stopped to
Mhm.
check on us and ended up, wanting to follow everybody on Instagram
That's pretty cool.
and
Find
what's
out
under the
your
hood,
bits.
Yeah.
we got some selfies with them.
Like you said, like you're right. Like the classic
That's cool.
NMCA weekend long. You got to be a millionaire. You got to get there on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You pay all this money. You make one pass a day.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's just it's just
it's
not.
not
It's just
like
not fun.
that's one thing I like about the no prep shit. You go there and it's a small field. It's at night. You're
Yeah.
not sweating. You're hanging out with everyone. You're betting on the line.
Yeah.
You're having a good time with
It's
everybody.
a different atmosphere.
The totally
It is.
different atmosphere. Like I'm
Yeah.
over the NMCA thing. Like
Yeah.
they're going to do True Street and
Yeah.
it just sucks.
All the normal class racing.
Right. It's just not. It's really not fun. Like I
Well,
don't.
no, and like at
30
the
miles
end of the day,
is
it's a
nothing
rich
now.
man's
Right.
sport.
Yeah.
Like that kind of racing is for people that have unlimited budgets, and like every year they get so much faster than they were last year. It's like, dude, you can't keep up with this.
Right.
Once you build your car to fit this class this
You're
year,
already behind.
next
You
year
gotta
you're
be the
already
entire
a
rich
year or
person.
two
That's just all you
behind.
do is build your car. Like, and
Yeah.
that's okay too. But just and like we did me and Bobby drag week in 16. And like I just said, I want to do it again. I want to do it again, and then obviously life happened, and
Yep.
shit breaks. But God, that was so awesome.
It was.
And
How fast were you going back then?
I had an 850 cage, so I just went 8-second average, and I would just hit. I would lift right after the eighth.
We're like, as long as it's an 8-second slip, we're turning in, we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't care what it was, as long as there was an 8 in front of it. We
Yep,
did.
We did. That's what we did, and it was. I turned it up, and when I went like an 8:32 or something on day 5 after I turned my last slip in,
Mhm.
But
it was now I was hooked ever since, you know, and then we did it again last year, and Bob fucking convinced me to do it. I'm like, dude, there's no way I can do it. Oh, I'll get your motor fixed, and I have no idea. I have no idea
how that got done.
I have no idea how the engine got done in time. B, I built headers, an intake manifold, a turbo kit, rewired the whole car. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how, like,
I stopped in and give you a hand, and it was like
you're like,
wires everywhere. I'm like, where the
Yeah.
where do
Where do you know
I
what to
start?
do?
Like, I
Yeah,
don't even
so-
know what to. There's
I
so
don't-
much shit.
like, neither do I.
not done.
Like, I don't even
I just keep doing things and things keep happening. It's
yeah, I
fine.
just keep like I had like, oh my god, there's so much to do, and then we had to like figure like, every hurdle, but it was like you could see
The light would get close.
Yeah.
and then it would get far, but it's like you
could
could still see the lights.
you could dim, but it was
I
there.
don't even know
Now,
how.
that was truly untested.
That was if I would have finished that would have been like that could have been like a made for TV movie, like,
Wow, that's
like
dope.
the story on that one, but I'd failed.
If I could change anything, I would probably want to go a little bit more prepared, like more tested.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Like
Yes.
anytime you
But
get.
that's that's not the spirit of Drag and Drive.
No, but that's what was awesome about it. Like,
That's
you
what
know,
they say. Like this is the largest gathering of cars that weren't
Running
running
last
a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Because you're never ready.
Especially in February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
nuts.
I got the trailer hitch done like the night before,
Yep.
and it had never been hooked up before.
But you
I
got-
didn't
but
check the
you-
wiring or
but-
nothing.
You know, you got out of your system.
Yeah.
You know what to expect.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
You know, like I love the shirt that says "For the fucking adventure" because that is just exactly what it's about. It's literally
It was
just
an adventure.
Oh yeah, it's an adventure. And
We
it's
gotta
like
do
at
it,
the
dude.
time it sucks,
I
but
think we gotta do it.
you got to do it. You have
gotta
to
do it.
do it.
And
Sign
it
up for-
proves
sign up-
our
sign up
shit
for
is
Miller's
rewarding.
Drags.
I'll sign up for it if my junk's done. I'm in. Like,
Yeah,
it is
if
what
not,
it is.
you're out $200 bucks.
If,
Each
yeah,
day,
if
whatever.
it's not, it is like I've wasted more money on.
Midwest Drags
More
should
shit.
have money though.
I signed up last year for Midwest Drags, and the car just wasn't done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was.
I want to
Throwing
do
money
it. Like
at
I
the
want to do it. We've talked about it a bunch.
You
It
got
just,
to, and then video it, and then we'll talk
Yeah.
about it. It'll be fun.
Right.
So
yeah, we can make it like a whole deal. Like I don't think I'd be able to go do it if I didn't have like a group of friends to go do it. Like
Yes.
if I went and did it with you guys,
yeah,
great
me and Bob,
times.
me and Bob
Like, I
did
wouldn't go do it by
ourselves,
myself.
and it wasn't bad. It was pretty
Yeah,
fun.
it was fine. More so like I wouldn't
I
want
liked
to
it better with
do
a
it
group
with
of
just
us.
with
you and your
without-
co-pilot.
Right. Well, unless it was one of these guys.
You have
Yeah.
to understand. Like we've been in business for going on 16 years now,
Yeah.
and we've seen each other every day of our lives for the last 20 years.
Yep.
Since 11th grade, like literally college together, high school together, work together.
Since like 2000.
Yes, from 2000, so 22 years.
Yeah.
Okay, we've never had all of our cars running at the same time.
Down the track. Like
Down the
we've
track.
never raced
Like,
all of us
yeah,
together on the same day.
it's crazy.
Like me and Rick's raced on the same day. Me and Bob has raced on the same
Yep.
day. You guys, I think,
We-
maybe.
Probably have.
Yeah, you guys did during drag week.
Both,
Yeah.
both
Like all three of you.
Right.
Yeah, so
But
we,
it wasn't all three of us.
we've never been to an event where we're
That's
all
awesome.
in a car working. That was the first time.
Yeah,
That's
really
crazy.
For first 2 days, 3 days.
There was a good.
Like, we did it at High School
good picture of you
Nationals.
guys.
Yeah, high school nationals was actually probably the last time,
Yes.
and even then, my car was it was my dad. That was the last time we high school nationals in 11th grade, or no, I think it was 12th grade. Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's just cool to like you, specifically you three. Like you guys go to the track, and half the time, like you're running around helping everybody else. Like
Well, they two of them are.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
you're super guilty of it. But like being the owners of this company, like you go to the track, and there's 100 people that want to talk to you because you've either worked on their stuff or they have questions or whatever. And it's like for you guys to just go get to race and like hang out, like that's got to be. That's
It
gotta
was,
be
it
nice
was
to go
just,
do.
yeah, it was definitely different.
Yeah.
And that's, again, that's why I liked it and want to go faster.
We're
Okay,
gonna
waiting
try
for
to get
Chuck
on the
to,
car.
to experience the drag week drives. They're so much worse.
Yeah.
Twice as long.
I remember when we did it in 16. It was from National Trails to Norwalk the one day, and I
Fuck,
just
that's all.
Holy shit.
but it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really not. Like,
Back-
if you look at compared to what we were doing.
Yeah.
So like I was pretty new with my now wife,
Mhm.
and it's like, I haven't heard from you in like 8 hours. Where are you? I'm like, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
She's like, it's not take 8 hours to go from Columbus to Norwalk. I'm like, it does, somehow.
Oh my.
I don't understand why.
Well, we stopped and put trans in my car too between that trip.
Yeah, but whatever. It doesn't matter. You get what I'm trying to
We
say.
did. We put trans in my car, and we also got lost because our phone service in a cornfield. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, gravel road in a cornfield, and I am like, our phones aren't where I'm like, I don't know where we're at. Like, if we break down here, this is where we live now.
The only reason we stopped is because like we couldn't find anything
Yeah.
to piss.
Yeah, we had to pee. It was pitch dark, and there's just cornfield. And I'm like, I
I had
don't
a lot
know.
of stars. It was nice.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know where we're at.
Where was this route? Which one was it?
I don't know.
I don't know what day that
That
was.
would have been
I
from
have
Norwalk.
pictures of it. but
I think
don't
that was
know
from National Trails to
Michigan.
no,
Maybe.
because it went from National Trails to Norwalk
Yeah,
and then Michigan. So I think that was between Norwalk and Michigan.
yeah.
And we had to go through
Was that the
Indiana
first year
too.
they did it up here? Or was it
Yeah, that
more?
was the first time. I was like, that's why we did it because it was close.
Yeah.
And we were just, I don't know where we're at, dude. Like, this is where we live now. We're gonna be pilgrims
There's
here.
the road, just like cornfield. Is
You have the
really
picture?
shaped. Yeah, I got fucking pictures. See a gravel road.
How do you find
That's
a picture
the
for
worst.
2016?
I have a drag week. I have a drag week file.
We just got these
12,000 photos.
September 13th, 2016. Whatever day of the week that was.
But yeah, so we'll do it again. We are searching for a 60 650 cert car.
Yeah.
It's like I was trying to give you one.
You got anything
I know.
specific that you would like?
Not a
Mustang too.
Not a Mustang. Jimmy's like, I had a 6 I sold it for $20,000 with the motor. Dirty. Yeah. You could give it away.
Something different. I mean, obviously I love Pontiacs, but it doesn't have to be that. Like, I'm
A
not gonna
Sunbird would be cool.
be- Yeah,
Somebody
it'd
had
be
a
pretty cramped.
Sunfire, like a.
Oh,
I think they had somebody had a Sunfire with like a.
They're out there.
Yeah.
And I don't really care. Like,
Okay.
I'm not. There's obviously a want list, but
Right.
at the end of the day, I don't.
I'm not gonna be super picky.
Not rich. You can't be picky.
Yeah. I get it.
So.
Alright.
So
That was fun.
and that's it. Till next time, guys.
I think.